No, I'm really just
No, for sure, man. 216 love, man. We doing no. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in. Hey, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm always tuning in.
No, I'm really just looking at this girl.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know what it is. This is Tunensports, and I am one of many voices for Cavs fans around the world. But thanks for tuning in to me live, and shout out to you on the playback. And of course, don't forget to push that like button. It's free.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing along. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
But push that like button, man. But yeah, man, we got to talk about it. So let's talk about it, right? I was supposed to have went live. I was gonna go live yesterday about it, but some things came up. But this was this was something I didn't think I need to go live about, man. But it's content, right? But before I go further on, man, shout out to Humble and DFJ. Shout out to my guys. I see y'all, man. I see y'all in the building. You said he said LFG, like, sub, and share to the homie / family 216 love. Yeah. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, man. You know, to help the algorithm out, man. But yeah, man, shout out to you. I see you on DFJ. I see y'all.
I know that ain't who I think it is. Little big brother.
I see y'all, man. He said, Humble said, don't do. He said they doing anything but giving Imani Bates PT. Yeah. Imani Bates. I mean, Imani Bates is in the gym right now as we speak, right? He's working. You know, that's Wally guy. Wally Station sending me information about Imani. Imani in the gym, though. He's working right now, man. We'll see what happens next season. Shout out to Andre. He said, L host, man. Look, man. What's that saying is? He said never. He said better late than never. Better late than never, man. But I'm here now though, man.
They're trying to get political.
Yeah.
This shit.
What is going on?
Why even?
But yeah, man, shout out to Humble though. Yeah, we live. But let me move further along, man. Welcome to the stream, and today we got one of the craziest trade scenarios, rumors, whatever you want to call it, I've seen, in a while. This right here is like, this is what I would call like a fantasy trade, because I don't see how realistic this is for the Cavaliers standpoint or even the Mavericks standpoint. But now look, anything can happen. You know, in this era, this NBA, you never know. It can get crazy. I didn't see Luka get backdoored by people he took to the finals, right? I seen LeBron trade a whole Cavs team away and still make the finals. So things can happen, but according to ESPN and I think it was another article I had seen, but there is this fantasy 14 trade deal that sends Cooper Flagg, yes, the number one projected pick. It sends Cooper Flagg to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who's projected to go number one. I think we all think he's going number one. So he goes to Cleveland, which is not likely in my opinion. But we're gonna break it down. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. But it's the Cavs, the Mavericks, the Lakers, and the Bulls. These are the teams that's all involved. That is listed for this 4-team trade deal. So let me see. All right. So here's how this crazy trade scenario looks, right? The Cavaliers, they receive projected number one pick, Cooper Flagg. The Cavs get Gabe Vincent from the Lakers. They get PJ Washington, I'm guessing, to go along with that number one pick, which is Cooper Flagg. They get Maxi Kleber from the Lakers. And they get Javon Carter, who's on the Bulls. The Mavericks, however, they get Donovan Mitchell. So it would be like us trading away Donovan Mitchell to get Cooper Flagg, right? And helping the Mavericks, I guess, compete for a championship. I don't know, whatever. But the Lakers, they receive Jarrett Allen. Jarrett Allen's already in trade rumors. And the Bulls, they end up getting Dalton Connect from the Lakers. And they get Caleb Martin, who got bounced by Philly. And Philly sent him to the Dallas Mavericks. So Caleb Martin goes to the Bulls. So now, live chat viewers, I want to know who wins this trade. Like, drop your comments if you have any comments. Who wins this trade? Because off the top, I'm calling it a L for the Cavs because I just don't get it. Like, when you do this move for like the Cavaliers, you basically telling me that you're not serious about winning no more because you hitting like I guess you could say a small reset for Cooper Flagg, right? You giving up Donovan Mitchell. You giving up Jarrett Allen, which I think is fine. I mean, it's Jarrett Allen, right? I think a lot of people was kind of checked out on Jarrett Allen. But my main thing is the Donovan Mitchell thing, right? You're giving up Donovan Mitchell. That's my main thing, right? Now, you're betting on your future, right? You're betting your future on a 18, 19 years old, however old Cooper Flagg is right now. You bet on him to be the future of your franchise. Because when you do this move, you're trying to tell me you don't believe the Cavs can win for the next 3 years. Because I would say that's the window, right? With this team right now. You don't believe this team can compete for a championship. That's what you're telling me. And you basically giving up the season. Well, you're giving up on your core. You're giving up on next year. You basically hitting a rebuild all over again. Because when you trade for a guy like that, you're trading away a star to get a guy that, it's an unknown. I mean, it would probably it'd probably get Mobley more going. He'd be more the guy, probably. Him, Cooper, Darius, because for some reason Darius not involved in this trade. So that means Cooper Flagg and Evan Mobley will be your future. And to do this move, you're not thinking short term, you're thinking long term. Because you trade away Donovan Mitchell. Yes, you get younger, of course. You're going to get younger with this trade. But you're thinking long term. So it's kind of like, okay, we building for the future now. We don't believe in this core no more. We send out Donovan Mitchell and Jarrett Allen. We start to rebuild around Evan Mobley, who's supposed to be that guy, DG, your facilitator, and Cooper Flagg, who will be an interesting pairing in that front court with Evan Mobley. because of Cooper Flagg, ability on both sides of the ball, right? Um, so that means Cooper Flagg and Mobley will be, I guess, your future, right? And you're doing this move for long-term purposes. To me, this trade is nasty. I'm like, for me, I'm just not. For me though, I'm just not giving up my superstar talent in Donovan Mitchell, right? A proven player, right? No offense, a proven player for an unproven talent, an unproven player. Because Cooper, let me be clear, Cooper Flagg he's talented. He look like he's gonna be great for the NBA. But what I mean is an unproven player. So I'm giving up a proven player for an unproven player who just coming out of college. He's gonna be number one pick. He looked like he got the tools, but I'm just comparing him to Donovan Mitchell. What I'm giving up, I'm helping the Dallas Mavericks out. Which I look, the Dallas Mavericks will not do this trade. I don't even think they'll sign off on the trade. I think they're going to end up drafting Cooper Flagg. I don't think they sign off on this, but just for the content purposes and the ESPN purposes of them putting this out, you giving up that for Cooper Flagg. You giving up leadership. You giving up elite talent. You giving up a vet who been through it already, and you basically saying we keeping Darius Garland over Donovan Mitchell. That's basically what you're telling me, and you're telling me to believe in Darius and Mobley and Cooper Flagg going further as your trio, which don't sound bad. I'm not gonna lie. Darius, Mobley, and Cooper. That is that's interesting, right? As a trio, but I'm not saying I wouldn't take Cooper Flagg. I'm not saying that, man. But what I'm just trying to say is like it just makes no sense to me. If you just won 64 games, like despite what happened in the playoffs, you just won 64 games, 60 plus games, and we supposed to be contending for a title. And if I was to trade anyone, it would be Allen and Garland, right? If I was to trade somebody for like Cooper Flagg, it wouldn't be Donovan Mitchell, who's supposed to be helping push the team further to a championship. It would be them two guys, right? Those would be the two guys that's on a outside, right, looking in. And it's not just about Cooper Flagg, right? Who's going to be a great talent, I believe. You are getting back good depth pieces, good depth pieces within this trade that's listed. They say you're getting back PJ Washington, who you can plug in at the 3 or the 4. He's been to the finals. He can stretch the floor. He got some toughness. The Cavs will also get back Gabe Vincent, a veteran who's been to the finals. He's been in the battles. He's been on that Miami Heat team. Helping, bring him back with Max Strus. The Cavs also get back Daniel Gafford. The Cavs getting back a lot. They get back Daniel Gafford at center. I guess you could to replace Jarrett Allen. I ain't gonna lie, it look interesting, right? Because the Cavs getting back it seemed like the Cavs getting a lot. If the Cavs was going that direction, it looked interesting, man. I ain't gonna lie, but I wouldn't do it. And also, you getting back Maxi Kleber and Javon Carter, who are bench players who can yeah. Those probably the last two guys I'm not too excited about. uh Javon Carter is cool. He's cool. Maxi Kleber, I don't know, man. I'm good on that. But I do like the PJ Washington, the Daniel Gafford, Cooper Flagg, and who else did I mean? Gabe Vincent. I do like them guys. But yeah, you getting back that, so that you getting back a lot. It seemed like, man, but it just I don't know, man. So here's the question, like, and you can answer this in the chat or the comment section. You viewing this live. Are the Cavs really in a spot where they need to reset or want to reset, or are they trying to win now with Evan Mobley, Garland, Donovan Mitchell, or Mitchell and Mobley, since Garland, trade rumors? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? He said Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, man. I was talking to Tom. Tom was running his mouth too, but I don't think that. Yeah,
Shame. Shame.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not disrespecting me. You just kicking facts. Or you kicking your opinion. No, listen.
I said that from the beginning.
Listen, Charlotte. Is that an opinion or is that a fact?
I would think it's a fact.
opinion.
No,
Still, wait. Is still in his prime.
He wasn't in his prime.
Yes, he was.
He was not in his prime.
Yes,
See, you don't know basketball. You just got caught. It's official. You don't know basketball.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Like he might have gotten out of the way, and Kenny Atkinson.
come on, Andre, you tripping, man? Come on, man. Come on, Dre. I hate that Donovan, Mitchell, man. I'm still taking Laurie over Cooper Flagg. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I know, yeah, y'all love Laurie. Yo, y'all love Laurie marketing, bro. I swear. y'all love some Laurie marketing, man. Hey, I ain't mad at it, bro. But Cooper Flagg potential. I think Cooper Flagg he probably gonna be better than Laurie marketing, man. They talking about this guy like he's the best thing since sliced bread, since Zion Williamson. So I think he's gonna be better than Laurie marketing. I think so. Laurie, Evan Mobley.
Y'all smoking crack. Something is wrong with you people. What the hell has this world come to?
I don't think nobody is saying that right now, man. Yeah, you might be on your own on that one, Dre. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Thank you.
Man, be better, man. But okay, and humble side, I wouldn't hit the reset button yet. Okay, cool. Cause let's look at it from the Mavericks side, right? Of course, the Mavs and the Lakers, they are involved in this trade, man. They the ones that getting back some good pieces. I think the Mavericks say no. I think the Cavaliers say no. I think the Lakers probably will sign off on this. I think so because they're getting back something good. They're getting back Jarrett Allen. Because if Donovan goes to Dallas, they will be good. Now I don't know how it fit with Kyrie. I don't know. Kyrie gonna be out until next year. But that team would still be, they still have AD, Derek Lively, and then you got Spider. So I don't know, man. They got Max Christie. They got guys over there. Now the Lakers, they get Jarrett Allen. That's cool. That's a team that been linked to Allen as of late. Allen been in a lot of reports that I've seen, and this trade makes sense. I guess if I had to pick a team, it probably makes sense for the Lakers. Out of all the teams, maybe the Bulls, I don't know, but they get back an all-star caliber center who, you pairing with Luka and LeBron. Jarrett Allen, I think, is an upgrade, and he's a way better player than Jackson Hayes, who Jackson Hayes won't be there going further. The Bulls, they get Dalton Connect, going into be his second year. He shows some flashes. He's a good shooter. And they get Caleb Martin also, who's a solid role player. So the question for the Cavs fans and anyone who's watching the stream, like, would you do this trade, this 14 trade deal scenario? Would you do it? I mean, if you're the Cavs, would you do it? Would you give up Donovan Mitchell and Jarrett Allen for a chance to draft Cooper Flagg? Because the moves that I just don't know. The this move don't do this move is not this going into a different direction, right? It takes you out of contention, right? It takes you out of contention. I don't know what the how long, like it takes you out of contention because you have to. I think Cooper Flagg gonna be great, but now I'm just banking on Cooper and Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley will take that next step, but it takes you out of contention. I know we going in a different we're going away from that super team era, that big three era, whatever you want to call it. We're going into a different direction. But I don't know, man. I just don't see how this team move further with that. I think it'll be great for long term and no purposes, though. I do think so. But yeah, you could drop what you think in the chat in the comment section. Like, do you feel like it's still win now, or would you do this and build around Cooper Flagg and Evan Mobley? Like, would you do this, right? That's what I want to know, man. Hold on one second. Look. I know Joseph said he was pulling up. I know he said he was pulling up, so I'm gonna try to, see what Joseph at. But I'll put it like this: do you feel like? Let me know. Do you feel like it still win now, or would you build around Cooper Flagg, Evan Mobley? Now, look, link is in the chat if you want to join. We can chop it up real quick for a little bit, about which direction of the Cavs make more sense, or if you like what the other teams are getting. So anything on this, just hit the link before I do shut it down. But I'm gonna probably stay on for a little bit longer. I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer. You said Dre said how will it take you out of contention? If Evan Mobley is that guy, why he can't make the Cavs contention alone? Cool. I don't know, man. Like that's Evan Mobley is. I don't know, man. I don't know because I'm banking on Evan Mobley. Okay. So I'm thinking Evan Mobley will take. I think Evan Mobley will become that guy, right? I don't know. Like when you talking about contenders, so you think the Cavs with Cooper Flagg and Evan Mobley will be contenders? Like let's say you pull a trigger, right? You think the Cavaliers will still be contenders with Cooper Flagg and Evan Mobley, like as your best players? Well, you got Darius, but you think that'd be because when it comes to contenders, everybody can't be a contender. You got, there's only a select few who you really believe that can compete for a championship. But you think Evan Mobley is that time now? You think he's ready? You said I don't think Spider will be good as he is in the East. Bro's already at first seed. How better? Bro's already at first seed. How better can you get? Bro's already at first seed. How better can you get? Stay in Cleveland, Don. I mean, Donovan don't got no say so. Yeah, he don't got no say so, man. I mean, if the Cavaliers was to make this fantasy trade, then that'll just be that, man. I'm pretty sure Donovan do want to stay in Cleveland, but him going to the Mavericks, I don't know how it would look, man. I mean, he going over there with some good players though, some great players. You said it best. Mitch showed up, nobody else did. Yeah, I said a lot of things, man. Sometimes I'll be rambling on, but yeah. So humble. You think Donovan? You think we trade away Donovan? We taking ourselves out of contention to be a contender for next year. I mean, look. This trade is all right. Look, this trade is not happening. But it's just for content purposes and just to report on it. I entertaining it, right? I'm entertaining it, but it's not happening. It's not gonna happen. But you trading away, like you telling me, and what Dre's telling me, you sending out your superstar talent Donovan, who is the best player on the team, of course, you sending him out for a player that hasn't even played in the NBA yet, and you telling me to trust that Mobley will be the best player on his team going into next season, like just like that, like he's gonna take that jump and become that guy. I don't know, man. I don't know about it. We're taking a big step back, letting Don walk, maybe first round exits. Well, humble. You're not letting Donovan walk, man. You're not letting him walk. You just trading him away to get the first round draft pick. You're not letting Donovan walk. Um, Don will walk if once he declines player option if that was a case. But as far as this is a trade. You're sending out Donovan to get back a lot of pieces that will fill out your roster. You're getting back PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. You're getting back Gabe Vincent and the number one pick, which will probably be Cooper Flagg, and Maxi Kleber and Javon Carter. You're getting back a couple guys, and you're sending out Donovan, Jarrett Allen. So it's really just I give you these guys. I give you my top guys for some depth pieces, right, and potentially a star player with Cooper Flagg. So that's what it is, man. You're not just letting him walk. It's just a trade off. But I don't think Dallas would like sign off and say, yo, cause I think they say they're not trading the pick, right? So I don't think they're gonna trade for Donovan Mitchell, man. I think the best thing would be to draft Cooper Flagg. I think it'll be a nice pairing with Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and them guys over there. And I think it'd be a nice pairing because Cooper Flagg gonna be a long-term situation, and you put him with other great guys, and that's just going further. The Mavs should be in a good situation to compete and go further to that. But other than that though, the Cooper Flagg to the Cavaliers thing, I really don't. I don't see it happening, man. Now, aside of me say I do want to see Cooper Flagg in a Cavs uniform, if I was entertained, I wouldn't mind seeing what a Cooper Flagg and Evan Mobley look like, man. But here's my thing. I would not trade Donovan Mitchell. My trade would be Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland if that was the case. I wouldn't trade Donovan for Cooper Flagg. I would send out Darius and Jarrett Allen to bring back Cooper Flagg. You get what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. So you saying, bring Cooper Flagg here for Donovan. Yes, I don't see the team, I don't see how that make the Cavaliers still contenders. I think if you send out Darius and Allen and still keep Donovan, then yeah, I'm more comfortable with saying the team's still gonna be in a good spot. Because then you also gotta realize you still have DeAndre Hunter on the roster. So I'm thinking like, okay, DeAndre Hunter's still here, Max Strus is still on the roster. You're not trading them guys out. Maybe Isaiah Cole will get smooth because then you also have Taj Jerome, who's a free agent, and Sam Merrill. Those guys you got to bring back. So you might have to trade, such and such. I don't know how the apron will look, but yeah. So you just got to look at who's going to be on the roster and then pair them new pieces that's coming in. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, but for me, I wouldn't trade I wouldn't trade Evan Mobley. I wouldn't trade Donovan Mitchell. Those guys are untouchable. And I don't think this scenario goes down. There's a lot of teams involved, man. I think Cooper Flagg, again, he's gonna be good, bro. I think he's gonna be good. Two-way ability. He already got comparisons to Hall of Fame players and stars, in today's NBA. He already superstars. He already getting comparisons to them type guys, man. He got Kawhi comparisons. He got Jason Tatum comparisons, Scottie Pippen comparisons, AK-47 comparisons. It's a couple guys that was mentioned, man, but more so I think the Scottie Pippen, Tatum, and Kawhi. If you look, you can see it, right? So he already doing his thing, right? He been hooping before college, like he was already. That's why they saying he's the biggest, draft picks in Zion. The hype is there, man. You saw what he did when he went up against the USA team. Yeah, man. I think Cooper Flagg is gonna be, nice, man. I don't know what his ceiling is, but I think the comparisons is cool. I think I could see the Tatum and stuff like that, man. I think Cooper Flagg. Cause he's 6'9". No, he's 6'8". So he like, cause they did it, at the combine. He's like 6'8", 6'9". I'm gonna say 6'8". Cause the height thing always changes. So he's like 6'8", 6'9". I know a lot of people say his frame and everything, but with Cooper Flagg, it looked like he picked up his weight. I know before he was listed at I think 205 pounds, but now Cooper Flagg is, I think now he weighed 200 and I think Cooper Flagg weighed now 220 pounds, something like that. So it looked like, he at first he was 205, now he like 220 plus. So I think overall he's gonna be a good talent coming into this game, man. I like Dallas drafting him. I like that situation for him, man. He could score the ball, he could defend. He definitely could score the ball. He could pass, all that good stuff, man. And he got some dog. He got that dog in him, man. He has a high motor. He got that dog in him. And why would you pass up on a guy like this who's could play both sides of the ball, right? So if I didn't have Donovan Mitchell on this team, I would entertain Cooper Flagg, man. I ain't gonna lie. I would love to see a trio with Cooper Flagg and Mobley and what you call it. I would love to see that, man. I ain't gonna lie. But I have Donovan Mitchell, man. I'm not giving my star player up for that, man. He said he's a heavyweight now. Yeah. But he had comparisons to Kawhi and Pippen, man. I think Cooper Flagg, I'm not saying it, they saying it. He's not gonna be like when it comes to defense, he ain't gonna be no Scottie Pippen, but I think he's offensively he's gonna be a lot better than especially his comparisons than AK-47 and probably Scottie, man. But yeah. But yeah, he definitely and they said that he was all right at the combine. But like I said, man, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't hit reset because that's you hitting a reset for, again, an unproven guy. The talent is there, but we don't know what it is, right? When he come to the NBA, I'm sure he's going to be good. I'm sure he's going to be great. I'm sure he's gonna be great. Is he gonna be better than Zion? I don't know. We'll see what happens, right? But sending Donovan Mitchell to Dallas, like, this is just a fantasy trade, man. It's a fantasy trade, man. Okay, I have Joseph in the building, man. I'm gonna add Joseph to the stage, man. Give me 1 second, Joseph. 1 second. I was just rambling on, man. I know you say you was gonna come on, so I was trying to hold it down until you come on, man. Give me 1 second, bro. Let me add you to see you too, humble. I got you, man. Y'all on stage, man. What's going on with y'all?
What's the word?
What's going on? I just
Hey,
tuned in. What's up, humble? Good to hear from you, brother. Man? It's like I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yes, sir. I'm okay.
But no, I just tuned in. Obviously, I had something I had to do the last hour.
Yeah, I know you
told me your show, but
yeah, I try to hold it up. I try to stay on. I know you say you're coming, so I said,
no, I know I've been there. I've had to do that before too, and I guess I'm like, gotta keep dragging it on.
Yeah.
No, if you want to fill me in though, real quick, because I wasn't able to. I know you're talking about the Cooper Flagg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the trade scenario. My reaction to the trade scenario is just, it's silly season.
Mm-hmm.
this is what they're. I mean, even in the football world, I mean, the Browns literally have 4 guys. They said they're 4 guys, and I look at ESPN today, and they say, Kirk Cousins trade scenario to land him on the Browns, and I'm thinking we're in the middle of OTAs, and you're talking about Kirk Cousins coming to Cleveland still.
Right.
Yeah, it's silly season. When I first saw this, I laughed. I even sent it to you immediately because I'm like, this is crazy. I mean, I guess I get what they're saying, but by no indication is Donovan Mitchell leaving Cleveland or wants out, or do the Cavs even want to trade him?
Right.
And you're the Cavs have invested so much into this team that they have to do everything they can to win now. You know, we're talking about trading Darius Garland, who's an all-star, for maybe a Jalen Suggs, because we feel like it could help us win more now. Because we're thinking about playoff matchups when you're going against a Halliburton or a Jalen Suggs and defensive reason, or not Jalen Suggs, a Kate Cunningham, excuse me, for defensive purposes. So this is silly to me. Listen, I think the kid's going to be great. I think Cooper Flagg's going to be a great player. I think his scoring ability, I think he's a 5-level scorer. He's got the 3, he's got the mid-range, he's got the layups, he could dunk, he's got the free throw. He's a 5-level scorer, in my opinion. Super athletic. You can see right there with the slam. And I like he's a patient player too. You see, like, takes his time. He's just a very patient player. Reminds me a lot of, like, in terms of his pace offensively in the half court setting, like right here. Reminds me a little bit of like a Paul Pierce type kind of style, like in terms of the pace. Paul Pierce is a slower player. Even a younger Kobe Bryant with the Lakers really his whole career played the game slower. And Kobe could dunk like that, was athletic like that, obviously, but he also had an offensive bag. This kid has both. I'm not saying he's the next Kobe Bryant, but
by any means, yeah.
If you talk about coming out of high school, those prospects, there's similarities there. And I think he's a little bit of you can tell he played at Duke. He's like Jason Tatum, just the long length, the scoring. The kid's going to be he's going to be a hell of a player. I mean, he's definitely the unanimous number 1 pick. No doubt about it. I wouldn't trade it if I were the Mavericks. You got 2 guys that are injury ridden. Love Kyrie, and AD's a hell of a player, but there's a lot of uncertainty there in terms of availability. This guy, and to get out of the Luka Doncic debacle thing,
Right.
I think this kid's gonna
that's
be
your
great.
American Luka. I mean, that's your American Luka.
Yeah, I mean, this kid, he might be. He can if he pans out, he'll be more popular to Luka because he's an American player.
Sure.
So we know how that is. So, and he's in Texas. So,
right.
I mean, that's a big market down there in Dallas. A huge market. So I think it's gonna be a great fit. If I'm the Mavericks, I wouldn't even trade him at all. I'd keep him. I think he's gonna be a great player, and he'll be their franchise guy. But in terms of the Cavs in this trade scenario, I don't see that. I just find it funny that every trade scenario has Jarrett Allen landing on the Lakers. It all goes back to helping the Lakers.
Hey Joseph, you've been speaking about that too.
Everything is about helping the Lakers. Got to help LeBron. Got to help Luka. They couldn't get it done, so we got to what's come with these bullshit trade scenarios. Hey, what's like I saw one that says Kevin Durant to the Lakers. I'm like, what do the Lakers have to offer for Kevin Durant?
Nothing.
And could they even afford nothing? But it's just these, and these are, some of these sites are like legit sites, and this is the stuff that's thrown out. It's always to help the Lakers. It's all ends up the Lakers get what they want, but everybody else gets the bottom of the barrel. So, yeah, this stuff's silly. I'm sure Kobe Alvin probably laughed at this when if he even saw it or heard about it. But I think in terms of the realistic trade, I think the Jalen Suggs thing is more realistic. I think it's more realistic. The Cavs would land.
That is more realistic. Yeah.
And I'm not saying this is realistic, but I think it's more realistic the Cavs land Giannis than they trade Donovan for Cooper Flagg. If I had to give one that's what's a higher probability, I'd say that's a higher probability. Some people think that's a long shot or just not happening at all. So, yeah, this was funny when I saw it.
I don't even see the Mavericks say. I don't even think the Mavericks would want to trade the number 1 pick.
They already said they weren't trading.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't do. I would drag Cooper Flagg. I wouldn't do that. Like Cooper Flagg looked like he's gonna be great with them guys.
The night they won the draft lottery, they came out and said we're taking Cooper Flagg and we're not trading the pick. They said they weren't even entertaining it, and I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pass up on Cooper Flagg. Like Kyrie's out. Yeah, I think it's a good situation. Him going down. Like Cooper Flagg, like his 2-way ability. Like I think he's gonna be all right with them.
Well, and then who's already running the 3 for Dallas right now? As it is, that's perfect.
Yeah, I think it was what Tim Hardaway Jr.'s been, or when he was in Detroit. When he was there, it was him. I don't know who was there 3 last year.
That's what I'm saying.
You got Najee over there, Najee Marshall, PJ Washington.
I like PJ.
So a bunch of bench guys.
Bunch of bench guys.
Max Christie.
Yeah, role players.
Yeah. I like Max Christie though.
I like Max Christie, but he's not a starter in my opinion.
Yeah,
no. But PJ Washington, and who else? Najee Marshall and who was it? Caleb Martin? Caleb Martin over there.
Is he over there? I thought he was in Miami.
No, Caleb Martin signed with Philly, and then Philly ended up trading him for Quentin Grimes.
Oh, okay.
So now he's in Philly. That's why in the trade package, Caleb Martin will go to Chicago Bulls with Dalton Connect, and just, with the trade as far as the topic, the Cavs are getting back a lot of debt. Like it looked like some solid debt pieces.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is none of those guys that you were naming have, I feel like, playoff experience in my opinion.
Am I
wrong?
PJ Washington do, and Daniel Gafford, he was a help, but
Daniel Gafford's not going to do anything near what Jarrett Allen could remotely do in the playoffs or a regular season, in my opinion.
Daniel Gafford will be a replacement. Daniel Gafford is not a bad player, man.
He's not. I think he's going to be a Laker personally. There's a lot of interest.
Somebody would utilize Daniel Gafford, man. You see when he left Washington.
He hit the reset button. Sure, I'll take him. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you do this trade, you basically saying like it's like a reset.
Right. Then I would take him for sure.
Like you say like if we was like already like okay, if we was like another 2 seasons into this, and he's like, yo, we not winning, man. We can't win with this team. I would send Donovan out and probably entertain if that was the case. But we still like have time. Like we still believe that we can compete. Just gotta retool and stuff. We still have a roster. We still have guys. We still have DeAndre Hunter. Like we still have guys on this team.
Yeah, I think you built this team around Donovan and Mobley. So, and you're not blowing it up. You just signed Donovan that contract. He's your guy. And number one, I don't think Dallas will do it. Now, if Dallas did call and ask for this, if I'm the Cavs, I'm not saying I would do it, but I would entertain it. It's interesting because, I mean, this is a hell of a prospect. It's not like you're trading Donovan for a slouch. I mean, you're banking on this guy to be a franchise player, which I think he can be. Now, it is a what-if still. He hasn't played a minute yet in the NBA, but it's interesting. I mean, the Cavs have to ask themselves some hard questions, though. Like, do we really believe with this? What can we get for this core four? Let's say we traded Donovan, or not Donovan, we traded Darius and Jarrett Allen, or we tried to tweak.
I would trade Darius for Cooper.
Oh yeah,
I'll
do it myself. But I'm just saying, like, if this did happen, let's say Dallas called and asked about it, which who knows? Dallas has already done some crazy stuff in the last year, so I wouldn't put it past them. I would have to ask myself, what can I get if I moved an Allen or if I try to tweak this core four and try to build a roster around Mitchell and Mobley, which we've been talking about, and if it's not anything I feel that is going to get me over the hump, and I don't believe I can win with this core four after 3 years of trying it, then you may consider it. I don't know. I mean, because what are you doing at that point? But I don't think that's what they're going to. I think they can get something for Darius and for Jarrett Allen and make their roster better if that's what they choose to do.
If that's what they choose to do. A lot of people don't want to do that, man. Some people want to run it back. But no, some people don't want to just give up Darius for anything that wouldn't make lesser than Darius.
Yeah, I get that. I just don't think as constructive. They ran it back again like they did last year. I don't think they're getting over the hump. Like I just don't. I've seen enough for me. I don't.
I would say this would be their last time. I would give it to them. One more. Just one more.
Well, yeah, after one more, you definitely got to do something. Like it's clear as day. Like one more of this, then you.
See, I'm already there.
Yeah,
here's the thing. Here, Joe. Here's my thing.
I'm kind of checked out too a little bit.
Well, Cleveland shouldn't have signed DG to 5 years. That's on Cleveland.
You had to though. I mean, Kobe did that. He had to. That's your franchise player. At least at the time. I mean, Darius, he was giving.
Yeah, I mean, you had to at the time, and he was their first Supermax player.
Yeah.
But he earned it at that point. And I'm not saying he hasn't earned it. He's a great player. I think the biggest thing with Darius, just alongside Donovan, is besides Donovan, number one is availability. It's the best ability. But then the second thing is, besides Donovan, if you're going to be his backcourt mate, defensively, he's a big liability. And I think teams in the playoffs are just going to, like a Tyrese Halliburton, these bigger point guards, a Cade Cunningham, who's on the come up, bigger point guard. Even a Jalen Brunson, when he played in that series against him, it's just a lot more physical. Jalen Brunson's kind of got like an old school game a little bit. He's got the mid range, little kind of bully ball if he wants to.
Yeah, he gets inside. He takes
he likes contact. He can play off contact.
Yeah,
yeah, he can play off contact, get and ones. He's a hell of a player. So I just don't think with this backcourt that's constructed, and then Jarrett Allen, great, nice guy, great player, but Mr. 2 rebounds that one game. I mean, just
that's not gonna fly.
Yeah, I mean, the one game, it was a game 4, I think it was 2 rebounds. I mean, are you kidding me? You pay this guy $90 million to shoot 1 shot attempt and 2 rebounds.
Starting
center. And I just like, and I wonder if sometimes he still kind of hinders Mobley a little bit because he takes shots away from him. Not a lot of shots. He takes a couple shots away from him, takes up some space on the floor. Even the guy like Darius, who's he can pass. I mean, do you guys think he's more of a score first point guard or a pass first point guard?
I think he's a pass first.
Darius.
I think he's pass first. I think he likes to get his teammates involved. I mean, he's been on film and said that. I like to get my guys involved first. He always reminded me of Chris Paul, how he liked to get his guys involved before himself. Then you start working into the midi. He'll get a layup here and there, and then you get a 3 here and there. But he don't got the defense like Chris, obviously.
No, I don't think he's as good as a passer as Chris, but which is fine. I mean, Chris Paul's Hall of Famer.
Yeah, or mid-range shooter.
No, can't use it in the mid-range.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
I'm trying to look at. Yeah, so Garland was second in attempts this year in field goal attempts. So, I mean, if you want, they keep preaching about Mobley needs to be. They're basically saying Mobley needs to be our second option. Like he needs to be our second option for us to compete.
Are you saying? Are you? What do you mean for the Cooper Flagg? You talking about just for the Cavs in general?
I'm talking about the Cavs right now with a Darius, as constructed with Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen, right? So Jarrett Allen, he shot almost 7 shots a game last year, which isn't a lot, but Darius Garland has almost 3 to 4 more shot attempts a game than Mobley. But my whole thing is they want Mobley to be their second option, and they set out to the season. They were saying, hey, Evan, we want you to shoot more than 13 shots in a game. You remember that game 1, he only had 13 shots. And that was probably his best game in that series against the Pacers. And they couldn't – I thought he was kind of unguardable down there, and they didn't keep throwing the ball. So my whole point is I wonder even with a more of a pass-first traditional point guard is a better defensively, does that – you give Mobley more shots automatically because you're taking shots. Garland's out of the equation now. Jalen Suggs is not he doesn't shoot as many shots a game as Garland. So – I'm kind of wondering how they balance all that out. You know what I mean? If I'm Kenny Atkinson and Kobe, I'm sitting there. We need this. If we think Mobley's the ticket for us to get over the hump, if he takes his game to another level, we have to give him more shots a game. You have to actually make him feature him more in the offense, where he's basically the focal point of your offense.
I mean, you could always do it, and I know no one's gonna like it, but you could always put Jarrett Allen coming off the bench with the second unit.
That's not happening.
Exactly. People don't want to hear that.
No, because you're not going to pay a guy $90 million to come off your bench.
You got to move him. You got to move him.
Ownership would cut that down. I'm not paying. I don't blame him. I'm not paying a guy $90 million to come off my bench for 20 minutes a night. You know what I mean? It's just. But my whole thing is, my whole point is, though, I wonder if Garland and Allen actually kind of prohibit Mobley in a way, because Garland takes away shot attempts, which is fine. He's a great scorer, but Jarrett Allen also still takes up some of the space as well offensively. So. They've made it work because I think they're just that talented, but I wonder now if it's time to really kind of put the pieces all together and maybe, and when I mean pieces all, putting the right pieces around Mitchell and Mobley.
I thought you were saying ring up Andre Drummond.
No, I'm good on that.
That's not helping you, man.
That's your boy,
I
son.
see
Back
that.
in the day.
That's my boy, man. But I
He
ain't.
had a nice run here, but I don't want to. I don't want to see him put it between his legs again, like he's Steph Curry.
Yeah, he was playing point guard. Like he was playing point center. Like I hear a lot of names like fans be saying. I just be like, yeah, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Like, and question. So, do you think that? Cause I'm trying to go back to what Andre said. Going back to the Cooper Flag thing. If you traded away Donovan, because he said why? I said I didn't believe that we could still be contenders. He said if Evan Mobley's supposed to be that guy, why can't you be contenders with Evan Mobley and Cooper Flag? Do you think Evan Mobley and Cooper Flag can make this team contention and put them in contention next year? If that was to happen, which is not happening.
Does that mean better than this year?
No, I'm saying like what I just said, like trading away Donovan, Jarrett Allen, and you build around Cooper Flag and Evan Mobley and Darius Garland. But Andre was saying like if Evan Mobley is supposed to be that guy going to next season, why can't the Cavs be contenders next season with Cooper Flag, Mobley, and Darius Garland? He feel like he probably whatever, but he feel like they should still be able to be contenders.
I think it's pretty obvious it'd be Cooper's first year. He's trying to get adjusted to the. I don't even think Luka made it to the playoffs his first year.
Which
let alone LeBron.
Well, LeBron missed the first 2 years, right? Yeah, he missed his first 2 years.
So I'm saying I put it in that perspective. I don't think he can make the playoffs his first year.
Well, what are you talking about? If he's the main guy, if he's with other great players, then he's gonna make the playoffs. But like
I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
I think the Cavs still make the playoffs if Cooper's and Mobley. I think they still can make the playoffs.
I don't know.
I see it like this. It takes me back to when Kyrie got traded to the Celtics and they drafted Jason Tatum and they had a Jaylen Brown. So if we're in that trade scenario, we're keeping Darius Garland. So Darius Garland's already an all-star point guard, showing what he can do if he's healthy. Not saying he's not as good as Kyrie, but Kyrie went to the Celtics. He was a proven all-star point guard, right? They had another younger piece who had a year under his belt who looked great in Jaylen Brown. I think Mobley's probably he looks like a great young player, right? So they had a Jaylen Brown, they had a veteran point guard, and they brought in Jason Tatum.
Okay,
I think Cooper Flagg can become. I think he can have an impact like Jason Tatum. And I'm not saying you remember how great Jason Tatum was his rookie year off the bat.
Right.
Yeah, he came in. He already had that.
Yeah,
I think
there's on LeBron. Yeah.
Like I said, I think there's similarities with the two. I really think Cooper Flagg, as skilled as he is, he's a well-rounded player.
I'm out of Duke.
Both Duke guys.
Yeah, he plays multiple. He could do so many different things. I think he could come in and have that kind of same impact. So from that perspective, I mean,
that's a good point, Joe.
Could they could become that Celtics team? Why not? And I expect Mobley to come better in that scenario because we'll have more space, more shots. He has to be the vocal point now. And yeah, I think they could possibly. It reminds me of that 17-18 Celtics team. Now that team also had a Gordon Hayward who was a veteran. They paid him.
But both them guys got hurt.
Yeah, coming off injury.
Yeah, night one. But I'm just thinking of what's a team where you brought in a younger guy
and that gave them opportunities too.
Right.
They also had other veterans. Remember, they had I think Al Horford was on that team.
Marcus
Morris. Yeah, Marcus Morris. So they had some veterans too. It was a unique mix of really young and old.
Terry Rozier.
But Terry Rozier. So they went really.
Terry.
They went all the way to. Yeah, but they went all the way to Game 7, where a lot of people thought they were going to beat us that year. But LeBron,
and the Garden too.
But LeBron
did his
that was peak LeBron for me.
I mean, that was crazy, bro.
that was a lit Game 7, man.
Yeah, but LeBron was just too much. He took over the whole. That was 2012 and 18. LeBron are the two best LeBrons I've ever seen.
For sure, without a doubt.
I try to tell people, man. I know Miami LeBron was crazy, but I said.
I think 2018 LeBron was the most killer.
There's no debate. If you follow LeBron's career, there's no debate. Bro.
2018 LeBron was the most killer. All the game winners. He didn't shy away from the game.
He did not shy away.
He was like, "Give me the damn ball, get the hell out of the way," and he did
had
it.
to.
Like he was. I think he knew he was on his way out of here too. And I think he wanted to give the fans
He
one
put
last.
on a elite performance. Guys wasn't showing up. He put the team on his back.
Yeah,
Literally the team on his back, bro.
and I think that
like it was back in 2009, or like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 2009.
Well, I think too it was homage to the Cleveland fans. I think he knew he was going
Right.
to LA that whole season. It was already, but I think he wanted to give the fans one last hurrah, and he gave us one last hurrah. That's for sure.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole time I was watching that year, I'm like, yeah, he's definitely leaving. That's why he's playing. Played all 82 games. You know what I mean? Like he left it all. So you can't say he didn't leave it all out there in the floor, which he didn't. I mean, my gosh, but he was unbelievable that year. But you go watch him the next season. He's on the sideline eating fruit and suits in LA and like making movies. A whole different mindset. But no, I think. Going back to the what Andre was asking, I mean, why not? I mean, I don't know if they'd be contenders maybe the first year because you got to see what Cooper Flagg is, but going into year 2, you got Garland. If Cooper's who I think he is, and Evan Mobley, absolutely. I mean, that's a hell of a big 3.
Yeah, I mean that that's what we going by, right? For me, like right off the bat. For next year, I wouldn't see it. I had to probably give it another year or 2 to see how it is. I mean, Cooper Flagg is going to be, from what it's looking like, he's going to be a star player in this league, man.
Oh yeah, kids. He's legit. He's got all the bag. He's got, like I said, 5-level score, really good defender.
220s, 221 now.
6'8", 6'9", 220. He's got the size. He's got everything. I mean, this kid is. For real, he is a legit prospect. Ever since he played it, coming out of Maine in high school, I mean, he was just destroying dudes back then. Yeah, he's got everything. I mean, I remember he played in that. Remember he played against the pros last summer. I think it was the USA.
Yeah, he was going at them.
And the USA guys all said this guy. There's people sitting there on old former players on the sideline were like, "Damn, this dude is like cooking some NBA players right now." Like
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he was. No fear either. That's what I like about the kid. He's got no fear when you watch him. Like he's just playing ball. Like he's confident, and I like him a lot.
He got that dog. I can see that dog on him. That's what I like.
Yeah,
I was like that.
And that's how Tatum was when Tatum came out, dunking on LeBron.
For the moment. Tatum was ready for the moment.
I think he's very similar to Tatum in terms of impact right away and just even skill set wise. Same size.
You could do that. Yeah, you got some cojones. Yeah, you got some cojones on. You could do that. Go head to head with, top 5, top 2 greatest players of all time. Yeah, Tatum. Yeah, that's when I grew respect for Tatum when he did that. That Celtics team.
And you could tell he grew up in New England too, because he probably watched Jason Tatum obviously a lot. So, because Tatum was there when he was probably in middle school, or so. Yeah, I mean, he watched Paul Pierce probably a lot too. So, very similar in this the speed of the game, but also the skill set and just what I like about this kid a lot. You could tell what he's going to have to, and he can pass, but he's got a unique. The pace is what I look. And he can play fast and slow.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a guy that can do that, I think once he figures out the NBA game and settles in, probably watch him after the All-Star break his rookie year.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
That's usually when the great players have their 1-2 moves. They start to figure out the game starts to slow down, right? And then they can play more at their pace. That's when that kid's, I think, is going to be elite.
Yeah, he's gonna come in here. He's gonna average his 20.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what Jason Kidd's thinking about doing with this kid. I mean,
yeah, he's gonna be great. You're going into a good.
How do you guard a 3-4 pick and roll with him and AD? That's gonna be tough.
Cooper Flagg, AD.
Shoot, in a pick and roll. I mean, because you saw the LeBron AD duo. They destroyed teams with that pick and roll all the time. But if you got shooters around them, and then you got another scorer and Kyrie sitting out there too, can also catch and shoot.
When Kyrie do come back.
When Kyrie comes back, and this kid is got a great jump shot. He could shoot the 3 off the dribble, and I mean,
yeah,
that's gonna be if they can put it together. That's gonna be hard to guard.
I'm just looking at it from both ways, and the defense. I'm just looking at it from the defense too, like because you got athleticism. Now they compared them. They compared them to Scottie Pippen and some other guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're probably looking at the versatility.
Him being able to rebound, get into open floor, you know.
I think, like I said, he reminds me a lot of Jason Tatum. He probably just has Jason Tatum, but with more of a passing ability.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what he is.
What about Kawhi?
I can see some of that. I think with the scoring ability, I think again the pace of the game, Kawhi plays the game a little slower. I think with the mid-range scoring, the off the dribble, the 1-2 dribble pull up, I think the mid-range and the 3, I could see a little bit of that. But I think guys like Tatum and Cooper Flagg, I think are a little more elusive than Kawhi. Kawhi's not like a freak athlete. I mean, he's got the big hands, obviously, he's the claw.
Sure.
But he's not like a blazer up down the court. You know what I mean? He's not like a LeBron laterally side to side. He's more of a very fundamentally sound back to the. He can put his back to basket, post up. He can play downhill, create a shot. He can pull. He's got that killer pull up mid range. I think Cooper Flagg. You saw him doing the. When have we ever seen Kawhi do a dunk like that in his career? I don't think ever.
And Kawhi came out as defense player. He grew offense.
He was a guy who, late draft pick.
Went off the bench.
Yeah, started with the Spurs. The reason why he's a very fundamentally sound player. He's one of those guys where practice really helped him a lot, like just with the fundamentals, and he had those big hands and defense. Cooper Flagg just got, surreal, legit, just talent and athleticism to go with it, with the size and but that's what Tatum is. I just think he's just a little more elusive, like just in style of play, and that's what I see. But I could see it though with the mid range.
Nah, I think you hit it on the nail, Joe. With that point, that was a good one with Jason Tatum comparison, and that team his first year.
Yeah, he's gonna be good, bro. Ain't nobody taking that away from him. I just like when you look at like players like, cause going back to the whole trading for him, like as far as the Cavs being able to like how many times have you seen you trade for a number 1 pick and they turn out to help you win the championship?
0.
Well, I don't know the last time. Like usually, what I'm saying, usually you trade that player away to get that star player that's going to help you continue. You get what I'm saying? Like
we've done both here. We took 2 guys at the number 1 pick that helped us win the championship. But then we also traded away a number 1 pick to help us, 2 number 1 picks to help us bring a proven all-star to help us win a championship.
And I'm not comparing. And I'm not saying Cooper Flagg. I'm not comparing to Andrew Wiggins.
We traded Wiggins and Bennett for Love, and then we also selected Kyrie and LeBron James in the number 1 overall pick. So we've had it both ways. I just look at the prospect themselves. That draft in 2013, it was unproven. There was no unanimous number 1 pick. Some people thought Nerlens Noel was going to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah,
And Antetokounmpo, you couldn't even pronounce his name. Everybody just looked at him.
But nobody knew.
What was this guy? Wiggins was probably the number 1 pick. He had a lot of hype, but Wiggins wasn't as good as. He was more athletic. He was just a freak athlete. You want about a freak athlete was Andrew Wiggins in high school, but in college. But even Andrew Wiggins wasn't an overall basketball player like Cooper Flagg is. Not as skilled, didn't have the bag, wasn't as good defensively. This kid I don't really see a weakness in this kid's game, really. This kid, I'm sure he's got things to work on, but there's not a lot of weakness in this kid's game coming out of, going in the NBA. He has everything you need.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, man.
So I just look at the prospect, because each draft, like if they would have traded for the number 1 pick with Wemby, everybody knew Wemby was gonna be great.
Yeah, Wemby, that's a player. Yeah,
I think the only other guy we've seen since LeBron James was Zion, but even with Zion though, there was more question marks because the weight, the weight,
how small he was.
Yeah, how can he stay healthy? Can he learn to shoot? I actually think Cooper Flagg's a better prospect. And I think Cooper Flagg is more like a Wemby and a LeBron. We're not saying they can be as good as LeBron, but more like a Wemby where he's more proved. Like I think this kid's more of a slam dunk guarantee, in my opinion, than we've seen since 2003. Because the only other one I could think of is Victor. But I think this kid he can be right there.
Yeah, Victor Wembanyama, Zion. Who else was that
Dwight Howard was taken number 1 overall in 2004. Which Dwight was a free. Dwight's one of the greatest, probably defensive big men of all time. But
Jahlil Okafor.
Yeah, Jahlil Okafor, but not as but a lot of if you go down the a lot of these guys were.
Hey, no disrespect, DFJ, no disrespect.
But even Kyrie only played 11 games in college.
But everybody knew Kyrie was that dude. Everybody knew what Kyrie was.
But I don't know if
that's what I'm saying. Like that, yeah.
I don't know if he was still more of a question mark to Cooper Flagg because of just the availability. You know what I mean? Because he only played 11 games in college.
I don't know, man. You know, me being a Jersey, I knew Kyrie.
Oh, I know. St. Patrick, he was a I get it. But I just if Cooper Flagg and Kyrie came out in the draft right now and take Kyrie, who he was in 2011, coming out, I think Cooper Flagg would still go number 1.
That's interesting.
Because I just think he's just the 6'9", the skill set. He played more in college.
I think players now, the team owners want the taller player.
Darius only how many games? I think Darius only played like 6 games and he went top 5.
5 games.
5 games.
Yeah.
Like the talent, like team scout these
talented point guards.
But who got taken ahead of Darius? Wasn't it there were some guys taken ahead of him that I think probably shouldn't have been taken ahead of him. What was that draft? That was
20 because he got drafted at the college section, right? So that was 2019.
Yeah,
that was DeAndre Hunter, who's on our team now.
Who Darius is better than?
RJ Barrett.
Darius is better than
John Morant.
He's not better.
That's a toss up.
Not better, but
he's not better than
and Zion. We know Zion. You know, he's when he's playing, he's a monster.
But I mean, if Darius played more in games in college, he would have been a higher pick. And I remember people said that in that draft. Some people thought he could have been the second pick in that draft.
Well, the Knicks was looking at Darius too. Like he wanted Darius was
were they?
Yeah, the Knicks was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Knicks was could have drafted Darius too.
Yeah, I remember that. They were looking at him. Lakers worked him out at 4. Then they ended up trading the pick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. If he was... there was still question marks with Darius because of availability.
Yeah,
and I think the size, too. Defensive. This kid, though, like I said, Cooper Flagg, there's no question. Like, there's nobody in this draft that is challenging but number 1. I watched all these guys for the first time coming out in this draft last week, too, and first time I really sit and scout them for like an hour, just sit and watch them, and it's not even close. This kid's number 1 pick, like slam dunk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
there's some great prospects. I think this is a really good draft, but there's nobody on that level.
No, it should be Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper. Those should be the guys that go first.
Yeah, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey's an interesting prospect.
Ace going to get picked.
I think the kid out of Oklahoma. I think that's where he played. Trey
Johnson.
Trey Johnson, I think he's really good. The kid at
he's gonna go too, yeah.
VJ, the kid out of Baylor, he's got a little bit of two-way. If you look at his college tape and his stats compared to Jaylen Brown, there's some similarities there. Jaylen Brown was not a great shooter coming out of whatever that Berkeley or whatever that school was out there. He was but he was super athletic, could do the freak dunk. This VJ kid, he's got some of those like crazy dunks like Jaylen Brown did. Doesn't have the best shooting percentage, but I have to tell you, that VJ kid's got a little Jaylen Brown in his game. There's some similarities.
He's just like he's 6'5". I thought VJ was 6'3", but they say he's 6'5". So
yeah, I'm curious. I can't see what Philly does with that 3rd pick because they're gonna have some tough decisions to make in terms of who do we put. Number one, what's our roster going to look like? But if we still have Paul George and we still have Joel and Tyrese, and what do you put next to them? What that could help them win?
Yeah, it all depends. Like I just don't know. I gotta know the direction. I don't know that. Like,
yeah, because if that roster as is, I'll tell you the best pure shooter, like two-way player capability is that I think that Trey kid at Oklahoma. The way he runs off screen, sets his feet, he's a pure. You want to talk about a pure sniper? That kid is a pure. Just to watch his footwork when he runs and when he catches and shoots, just he can shoot off the dribble. That kid's gonna be a really good two-way player in this league, I think.
Yeah, I think they have to get because they have
And
to
he's
go
6'6",
front
like
court.
Clay, kind of like Clay.
Yeah, 6'6". Yeah, I think because they have guards though. They don't need no more guards. Like they don't need no small guards.
Yeah, I'm thinking of shooting to put
What
around
team?
Embiid and
Yeah,
Maxey.
like three
Philly?
and D also. Like you said, what? Humble.
Are y'all was talking about Philly?
Yeah, we talking
Yeah.
about Philly. What they'll take, like the pick,
Yeah.
like what they should, like what they need, like. But I don't know their direction. Like they say they still trying to win, but I don't know if Embiid gonna be healthy next season. I don't know, so I really don't know.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of question marks there. But I don't know. I mean, we got question marks here too. I mean, it's gonna be an interesting offseason, that's for sure. I haven't seen any rumors yet this week because I'll be honest with you, I've been so caught up with some of the Brown stuff. But have you heard any more trade scenarios, or has this just been the biggest one?
Well, you talking about as far as this fantasy trade go with Cooper Flagg?
Yeah. Well, actually, there was some breaking news today with the Cavs. I don't know if you hit on this. I guess our assistant,
I probably didn't. I was just talking about the
Jordan Ott is the head coach. Our assistant.
Yeah.
Suns.
Yeah, Tune, what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, them leaving? You talking about them going to the Suns?
Yeah, they hired our assistant as their head coach.
Oh, they did hire them?
Yes, the Suns to hire Cavs assistant Jordan Ott as head coach.
Oh, wait, we still got Johnny Bryant?
Yeah, he's our top assistant.
Oh, we good.
Good.
I was there. Hey, you scared me for a minute.
I know Johnny Bryant. I'd be honest. Listen, congrats to Jordan Ott. I'd never heard of his name.
You scared me for a minute, Joseph. Joseph, you can't do that, man. My heart dropped. I thought you said Johnny Bryant got hired. I was like, oh man.
No, Jordan.
Oh man.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh,
I didn't know we had Jordan Ott on our.
Yeah,
not taking a shot at you, Jordan Ott. Congratulations on the job. What the hell? I mean, you got the head coaching job on an NBA team.
But yeah, that's good for him.
I've never heard of him.
Now he was the assistant coach for the Lakers. He was on that bench.
Yeah.
He was, and he also helped out the summer league team. So
I hate this. Now I know you just said about Johnny Bryant. I'm just be honest with you. Keep an eye on that Knicks job. It's already.
And look, I'm hoping
it's already the New York Post today.
Please don't take Johnny Bryant, man. I like Johnny Bryant, man, and that's Donovan guy.
Yeah, it is. That's why he came here. There obviously there's familiarity there.
Yeah.
But he's definitely being considered a finalist.
I wouldn't be surprised though. I wouldn't be surprised.
He was also, but him and Jordan Ott actually were, if I'm reading right now, were some of the finalists for the Suns job, and they took Ott over Johnny Bryant. But I wonder if maybe that was just Johnny Bryant. Maybe it's more expensive than Jordan Ott.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that Knicks connection is interesting. I'm curious what the Knicks do. I was surprised when that came out yesterday, but I was a little surprised because I don't think it was all on Tibbs. I think some of that's just some of the guys in their team did not perform well.
Yeah, I mean, Tibbs is the scapegoat. I mean, Tibbs not the best coach, but obviously.
Here's what I'll say about Tibbs before let me cut you. Oh, go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead. You good.
If I'm the Cavs, and if we lose Johnny Bryant or even now with Jordan Ott, if Tom Thibodeau does not get another head coaching job, I'm putting him on my bench. We need somebody in this building that's got some grit like that and some toughness. Yeah. And when Doc Rivers had that team in 2008 that won the championship with all those dogs, guys, you had to reel them all in. Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, KG, Rondo, Garnett, Leon Poe, all of them, dude. Sam Cassell was in there. I mean, they had all these guys in there, all these unique personalities, very super talented. And the guy that ran their practices a lot of times was Tom Thibodeau. And Tom Thibodeau is just a hard-nosed coach. He don't take no shit from nobody. So I think that's what we need. I think Kenny's more of a lax coach, but I mean he gets on guy, but it's just his personality.
He gets on reps though. You gotta respect that.
He does, but I think he needs somebody in there who can play bad guy a little bit.
Right.
That locker room needs somebody in there that can run practices and somebody who has head coaching experience. I think Kenny can use that. I think not just Kenny, not just because of Kenny. I just think our team needs that. We need somebody in there to come in there and can just tell the analytics department shut up. Some days we're running practice today. I mean, like somebody like that who's just like old school, disciplined. disciplined and gonna push guys constantly, and he's gonna make sure they're practicing hard. I'll tell you this: if Tom,
Hopefully not too hard, man.
no, but I'll
Because
tell
I
you
don't
this,
want it to turn like JB, man.
no, but I think they can find the perfect balance between the two.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this: Tom Tudo, they're not gonna not practice for 2 months.
Not gonna practice, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be doing something. Whether so, and he's got the experience as a top assistant with the Celtics, so I would seriously consider that if I have to go down that road.
But Joe, don't you think that Thibodeau's gonna find a job somewhere, like being a head coach stuff somewhere?
Depends who's available. I think a lot of the NBA now is trending like the NFL. These young coaches, younger. I mean, Jordan Ott.
Right.
No disrespect to Jordan Ott, but he's probably not more qualified to be a head coach than Tom Thibodeau. But the Suns are rebuilding. I think a lot of these teams that are going to be finding new coaches are kind of in rebuilds or maybe shifting. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he doesn't fit that to me. I think he needs to go somewhere where he could probably be a top assistant for a year, kind of like Jason Kidd was when the Lakers won with Vogel, and then eventually he'll get a job somewhere else with another, like a team that has like a rising star who's.
I forgot about that.
Middle, make the playoff contention. Like the Pistons this year. Like, what if he took over that kind of team? Not saying they're going to fire JB. I'm just saying, like a team like that, which could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be open to it. He come back with his boy Johnny Bryan. I had them all on the bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got connection there. I mean, he's got championship level experience. I think Kenny Atkinson probably would like that, can lean on him, and he can have another voice out there, can get on these guys. Yeah,
I'd like that.
You go back to our 16 team, that coaching staff, they had guys like Phil Handy was probably the only guy that could bitch out LeBron outside of Ty Lue. Because LeBron respected Phil Handy, because Phil Handy had a pedigree and just the way it was his coaching style.
And that's why he went to the Lakers also.
Yeah, he was a teacher, but man, he would sit there and go off on LeBron sometime on the bench. And they even talked about that. But LeBron knew you have to have that. Like, you got to have a bad guy sometimes that just in the moment he may hate him, but they'll appreciate it later on. I think
not even bad guy. Just give them the tough love. You know, tell them what they need to hear.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I know what you meant. Yeah.
Coddle.
Yeah, and I see because I'm around coaching staffs all the time.
Yeah.
I talk to coaches all the time at football and high school level and college. I mean, you have to have that balance, and I feel like I could just tell by our style of play and hearing that we didn't practice for 2 months. I could tell we didn't have that last year as much. We need more of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could see that, man. I could see us bringing in.
I like it.
Bringing in Tibbs, man, especially after losing Jordan.
Tibbs always does well with point guards, like true point. I mean, if we brought in a Jalen Suggs and Tibbs is out there in the building, I mean, that Celtics team, Rajon Rondo.
I like that. Now you're convincing me, Joe. I like that a lot.
Jalen Brunson, obviously in New York. I mean, he's always worked well with great dad Derrick Rose. I mean, he's always worked well with really good point guard. I wonder what he could do with a Jalen Suggs. If that's who we acquire, or even maybe Darius. I mean,
I would like to see Tibbs develop Snugs over a Darius. Believe it or not, I like the way that you were putting that, Joe.
He's selling it to you, humble.
He really is. Believe it or not, bro. That's good, bro. Yeah, because Tibbs likes defense. He's not gonna not like Joe said, not have him play practice. I mean, that's
Jalen Brunson's a small guy, but look how hard he plays on both ends.
Right.
That dude, he plays his ass off defensively. He's not the biggest guy at all, but man, he gets after. I give him respect. That dude, I like Brunson. He just plays hard.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I
mean, there's guys out there more talented than him. He just outplays them just off of effort, But that's
what it's about sometimes. Is effort.
Yeah, it's hard. That's what Tibbs demanded in New York, though. And that's why I don't think it was all on him. I think some of it's just kind of the roster construction and just
they try to blame
Karl Anthony Towns.
Blame everybody.
There's some question marks there.
But I'm just saying, like, you get rid of Tibbs. I don't know, like, he got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. I haven't been there since, like, what, the 90s? So, like,
they overperformed.
You said what?
I think they overperformed. I think the Celtics should have been there. I think they did overperform. I think the Knicks should be happy with what they got. I think they should.
I agree with that. I didn't expect them to make it that far.
But it was championship. So.
I mean, I remember a month ago we were up here and I said they looked more like a college team. They couldn't guard a chair.
They wasn't good. The regular season,
They weren't good in the regular season. But
Right.
I think Tibbs is just one of those guys. You give him a shot. I mean, look at Rick Carlisle. He's kind of the same pedigree.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
give him a good team that can buy into him. I think what the difference in that series was you saw a team that was fully bought into their coach and knew how to play and was more balanced from roster construction, and a team that wasn't. Not saying they weren't all bought into Tiz, but I think the balance of the roster in New York is just not. Some of the matchups they were just getting killed on. I mean, that Siakam had that one game because they had nobody can throw on him. I mean, 6'9", 6'10". They don't have any. Who do the Knicks have they can throw on them? That can sit out there in the perimeter and move their feet like that. They didn't have anybody. That's why he had that. Was it 39 points game one?
Yeah, Siakam was the real MVP, man.
Yeah,
having a guy like that, giving effort on both sides of the ball, hustle plays. Yeah, Siakam. Yeah, imagine. Hey, humble left. He said, who's scared of Siakam, man? He said, ain't nobody scared of Siakam. Man. Hey, ain't in the finals now, so.
Well, he's a good player. I like him. He knows his role.
Yeah, you gotta have guys that know their role, man.
Knows his role, and he's really talented.
Champion, proven. He been there.
Yeah, I mean, he was a big part of them winning that. I mean, if Draymond Green, who's one of the better defenders of his era, came out on a podcast recently and said that he was probably one of the hardest guys he ever had to guard. He said it on Inside the NBA that night after he scored 39 because they asked him. Ernie Johnson said, "Hey, you had to go against this guy, Draymond, for serious. Why is he so difficult?" And Draymond said he's probably the hardest guy you ever had to guard.
Who was that again, Joe?
He was talking about Siakam. Draymond when in 2019, he just said point blank, Siakam just cooked him. He just outplayed him. He said a guy like that who can move you out on the perimeter like that athletic and the way he can rim run. He goes, I just couldn't figure him out. I couldn't figure him out in a 7-game series.
It's so funny you say that because I remember I said there's no Hall of Famer on the Pacers, and I was like, well, what about Siakam? He's a champ. I was like, nah, man, he's just like, I don't know about him. And that's funny you just said that. Yeah, he's underrated, bro. There's so many questions. Like, yeah, bro.
I think Halliburton gets disrespected a lot.
You think?
Yeah, I think that guy. I don't think people just look at the numbers of his scoring. Because I think everybody plays fantasy sports nowadays. Everybody does all this stuff. Everybody always wants to look at how many points did you score. But that guy impacts the game. And so I don't think people realize how much he impacts the game. He's 6'5", and the way he passes the ball manipulates the game in a half, especially in the playoffs. I don't know if we've seen anything like it since Jason Kidd. In terms of like a bigger point guard.
Okay, a bigger point guard.
A bigger point guard who can just manipulate the game with just he's like almost like a quarterback. Like, you know what I mean? Just that guy, he is a great basketball player.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, a lot of people so when they say overrated, it's silly talk. I mean,
they're just looking at the box score because some nights he only scores 13 points, but that might just be all they need to do to win. But he's got 11, 12 assists.
I mean, it happened. Yeah, he's gonna be like, for him, he gonna have inconsistent nights, but he's still gonna have like a high assist total.
But he still impacts the game if a shot's not there, and there's not many players that can do that.
Yeah, you just shooting, you're not impacting no other.
Yeah, like
not playing
that's
deep.
why I was saying Donovan. When I was coming to Charlotte, I said I want to see Donovan become a better playmaker because there was a lot of games in the past. If his shot wasn't there, he didn't really impact the game offensively because But this kid, 6'5", he automatically impacts defense, and then he can rebound. But also the way he pushes the ball and the way he can pass, the way his floor vision, the way he controls the game. I mean, he is. I think he's disrespected a lot.
But let me ask y'all this question. And I was going back and forth with somebody about this. Now, do you think? Now, I already know my answer, but do you think that Tyrese Halliburton is a superstar?
Go ahead.
In your opinion?
Yeah.
Off this run, you put him are you putting him in a superstar tier now?
I mean, I figured he was already a superstar. When he got to the Pacers, for real. I don't know. That's my opinion, though.
I don't know. It depends on what you define as a superstar. Like, I think it's a small like top 5. Like if you go back to 2016, let's say.
Yeah, what is a superstar versus an
The
all-star?
superstar to me at that time would have been LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Kawhi Leonard. Those are the four core superstars in the league. Those guys, if you have those guys on your team, you can win a championship anytime, any year. That's who I view as a superstar. Some of these box office, you know, all those guys all have their signature shoes. Like, they were the elite of the elite. I just don't. I think superstar now, like a lot of people say, is Donovan a superstar? But I don't. I think you got to be. I think you got to be a top 5 at least player, and then even go from there. Like my ranking of how I define
it's whatever your criteria is. So.
Yeah, my criteria is probably a little maybe harder or maybe more stricter than other people's. But that's how I view a superstar.
Whoa, Joe! Who can you give me your top 5 superstars right now or this year? Because you're saying Don's not on that list.
Top 5 players in the league, I would say.
Yeah, you're superstar. And before you answer this, I'm saying this too. Do you believe that like the LeBrons and the KDs and Steph are like they've reached their peak already, right? They're old, like they're not gonna get
they're
any
not
better.
there anymore.
Right. So consider that.
I'm just using 16 as an example. Like if I go back to that year, because that's probably the most I ever watched basketball as a whole was that year.
Yeah.
Like I used to watch every night, every game. But now, I mean, from what I've seen this year, I'll be honest, I watch more football now because I cover it more. But Jokic is a superstar.
Yeah.
Giannis is a superstar.
Okay.
Man, I think Luka can be I think he is a superstar. He just needs to get better defensively. Needs to lose weight. Outside of that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys probably
Shea's in there. I'm sure
Shea's is. Yeah, I think Shea's a superstar in the making.
Yeah. And then Don's not in there for your last 5.
But is Don on the same level as Shea?
I think so. He put 50 in the playoffs.
I mean, scoring wise, in terms of like overall impact, night to night consistency, like Shea is what 6'6"?
6'6".
Yeah, I mean he is
point guard.
Like I think Cade Cunningham could be a superstar.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't have
I think Cooper Flagg.
You don't have to. I mean, you could ask too. I mean, you don't have to tell me that.
I mean, in terms of the young guys, I think superstars, Victor Wembanyama and Cooper Flagg can both be superstars. In my opinion.
I was gonna say, Joe, you probably would have slid Jason Tatum at your 5.
Yeah, you're right. I just thought of Tatum.
But is it that injury? Is that because he's not on there no more?
Before the injury, nah. He's a superstar when he's healthy. Yeah,
okay.
If I got Jason Tatum on my team, I could win a championship that year. If I put the right.
That's what it was going back. You were saying it was Tatum. I remember a couple months back.
Yeah, I think Tatum.
You were saying is Mitch better than Tatum?
I'm trying to look at guy. No, he's not. But if I look at guys, no. And I love Donovan Mitchell, but he's not better than Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is. He's a superstar. That's how I view it. I just view it if I'm drafting it. If we did a draft right now of all the NBA players, right, and you got to pick your Jokic, Giannis,
sure,
Luka, I think would be up there because his unique style of play. He's a super point guard. Still young. Shea Gilgeous, he's showing that bigger point guard. Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
I wouldn't put him
up. So we both agree on that one, Joe.
I would put him up there. He had the shot this year. I'd say this: Anthony Edwards may be the most talented player in the entire league. Like that's not he's 6'6". He's got that dude's got. That's why the people say he looks like Flash as Michael Jordan. Yeah. He is the most talented player in the game. But he hasn't put it all together yet. And I think he's got some stuff he needs to clean up on and off the court to help him get there. So, but he was a guy I thought at the beginning of the year I would unanimously would have said yes. Signature shoe, box office, but he just hasn't put it all together yet. I think he's got to go over the hump. But I would say Shea and then probably Tatum at 5.
Tatum.
But I would say if I had those 5 guys, I feel like I can go win the championship if I put the right pieces around them. Like those are like automatic off the top of my head. But your guys might be different.
So yeah, the answer to the question for me, Tyrese Halliburton, I don't think he's a superstar. I think SGA. Yeah, I agree with the SGA thing.
Sure.
It all depends on your criteria, right? Like for me, like you brought like the marketability. It got to be there, right? That could be part of that, right? I think I think Donovan. Everybody can't be a superstar. It's only a select few, but I think Donovan has the superstar talent. To me, I think he's like the tier below. He's right there. I think he's just as good as Jason Tatum. Of course, Jason Tatum do some things that Donovan can't do, but I think he's just as good as Jason Tatum. But I think Donovan Mitchell was a tier below what you probably would call a superstar, because you gotta have the marketability, the shoe. Donovan had the shoes,
right?
Your fan base. What you do in the playoffs? Like, I can't put you as a superstar if you ain't even been to the playoffs.
The playoffs is where it's defined. Like, that's why Anthony Edwards to me. I right now you could see Donovan Mitchell's better 2-guard and Anthony Edwards because of
what happened this year.
Because Donovan Mitchell.
I know, you're right.
Donovan Mitchell had a better postseason with less talent around him.
Man. I say it every day. He's better than Anthony.
I mean, this year.
I mean, Donovan still had
a players.
Yeah, and Donovan still had a hell of a postseason with the injuries, less talent out there. I mean, Anthony Edwards, I don't know what the hell happened with him. He, like I said, he had a perfect opportunity this year to take that leap and cement his name, and he
gonna bounce back. He's still young.
I think he just kind of at a lull right now. I think he's got to elevate his game in some areas.
And then they talking about they need another alpha, so they
face the Thunder. I mean, that's the first. I mean, look at that team. Yeah. And before all this too, I was gonna say too, is Halliburton a superstar? Would you change your opinion if they beat the Thunder?
Halliburton is not a superstar.
If they beat the Thunder.
For me, it depends. It depends on how it depends on the performance, man. You got to be like for me, I'm saying like, you got to be consistent. Like, it's not just about you do it 1 year. Like you had to.
Remember when Jason Kidd played? Nobody thought he was an elite player. Nobody thought he was a superstar.
Well, people are saying the same thing with Kawhi when he was on the Raptors.
Well, no, I thought Kawhi was
a superstar. He was.
Yeah, I thought Kawhi was that guy.
Did anybody ever think Jason Kidd was like a superstar, like top 5 player in the league in his time? I don't think.
He was on Brooklyn. No.
When he played the Nets, and he was a hell of a player. Like he's a
great player, but I don't think
Hall of
superstar.
Famer.
No,
great point. But I think that's where Halliburton flies in. So, like he just has a unique.
He's a tier. He's right. He's right. Like he's
like tier 2.
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to say.
Like he has Jason Kidd had a unique. He was a bigger point guard who could control pace and was a hell of a passer. A great player. You can win with Jason Tatum, but you got to have
defense, all that.
Yeah, but I think he's as good as the team around him, though. Like if he has a bad team around him and he's passing the ball to Joe Schmo out there who can't make a shot to save his life, he's not going to be as effective because the talent around him can't help. This team around him, though, he has a great team around him right now.
Exactly.
And they're well coached. So he's tier 2. I think Donovan's tier 2.
I think there's.
I
wouldn't
be mad if you say
tier
tier 2. I wouldn't be mad.
Donovan.
I say there's some nights he can be a tier 3.
Donovan's
or a tier
a lot
1,
like Allen Iverson to me was a slam dunk superstar, tier 1 unanimous. Just teams had to put a zone in just to stop him. Like they used to say, we'll let your other 4 guys score. We're not going to let you score at all. We'll put all, and he would still score. He was the fastest player hitting the basket ever. Like his speed
and he
was
got
unmatched.
back up when he fell down.
Yeah, he all pro in football. He was just that hell of an athlete. Like AI was a smaller guard.
Right.
But he played 1 and 2. That's what Donovan is.
Made it more impressive. Too.
Yeah, Donovan's a smaller guard, play 1 and 2. But I think Donovan just hasn't had that consistency in the play, that dominance in the playoffs. AI dominated in the playoffs.
And I also look at like all the accolades, like all NBA, like
MVP.
Yeah, MVPs.
AI obviously off the court, he was unique in itself because he just did it his way. You know what I mean? He was like AI. Everybody just loved AI because he was himself, dressed the way he wanted to dress. You know what I mean? Tattoos, cornrows, everything. Shoe. He just did it his way. It worked. So
now
people are just lucky Philly was cheap and then put a good team around him.
And for me, Joseph, a humble man, it just depends on the criteria of the tiers. Now, Jason Kidd, to some people, could have been a superstar, man. I'm not, I'm in Jersey, so I might be a little biased with Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd, one of my favorite players. But I mean that Nets team, I mean getting to the finals.
But it was similar to Halliburton. He had a great team around.
Right. It was a great team.
He had a good team around him.
Yeah.
Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin. I don't know the team on top, but they had some good players on that team. They were a good team. But he ran into the ultimate superstars.
He ran that team though.
Yeah, he did everything. And
That's what Halliburton is. He runs the team. He's the point
right.
guard.
Yeah.
But he's got to have the pieces around him though too, because if he's passing the ball to some no name out there, they're not going to score. You know what I mean? He's a pass first guy. That's how he's effective, is by controlling and dictating the game by pace, because he's a true like point guard. That's what Halliburton is.
Well, you said
go ahead.
You said Tyrese is underrated. I felt like Turner stood out, and I knew he was gonna stood out against this playoffs against Jarrett Allen.
He's showing his experience.
Yeah.
Man, Turner's a role player, man.
He's a role player, but he's showing.
But I'm saying he shows up.
He's still got impact, and he's got experience.
Yeah, man. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
I ain't giving him too much props.
Man.
I ain't giving the Pacers too much props, man. I can't give them too much, man.
I will. They kicked our ass.
They did,
man,
but
gentlemen sweet.
It's still regardless. It's still Holly bum to me, man. I don't care how good he is. Yes, I said it. Holly bum, man.
I honestly hope the
he's
East
not a
wins
superstar. He's not a superstar,
but he's a tier 2 hell of a player.
I agree with that.
He's gonna make a lot of money in this league.
He's right there though. The spot. Besides the jokes, like he's right there.
He's like the Jason Kidd of this era. That's what he is.
The way he's going, they'll put him on the cover of 2K. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, you never know, TA.
Nah, they ain't doing that.
Who knows?
They'll do it.
Hey, hold up. Ben Simmons was on the cover.
Well, he also was a clutch client. I'm sure that helped.
Hey, maybe.
Isn't Halliburton a clutch client too?
That's a good question.
I think he is. So if he is a clutch client, his ass will be on that cover. I can tell you that right now.
For sure, yeah.
They'll make sure it gets
Maxey's
done.
a clutch client.
All LeBron's got to do is call Ronnie 2K and say, hey, get my guy up there. Pay a little
Make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen. I think he is a clutch client.
He might be. He might. I'm not sure.
You guys are hilarious.
Yes, he is. Represented by Clutch Sports.
Hey.
Well, he'll be on the cover then. That's why he got 5 years, 260 too.
Hey man.
Hey, salute to Rich Paul. He's salt in the NBA.
Oh my God.
Hey, shout out to Rich Paul. Hey,
I can't be mad. The dude learned how to master the damn game. All his guys get paid and deals off. I mean, he's doing his job. That's what your agent's job is.
Yeah.
Hey, look, yo, do you see the comment right here on the screen?
Yeah, I saw that like
Wally
30
said.
minutes ago. I just looked away. No, I like you. Wally, I'm not talking about you, but well, can we just cut him?
Wally said we not. Hey man, Chuba. Hey, no, you don't gotta cut him because he's gonna be a free agent. So yeah.
Oh well.
We ain't gotta bring him back.
To you in Canada or wherever.
To the Raptors, bro.
Or yeah, Raptors. Go back. I don't know. I mean, he's an NBA player. I'll give him. But I just.
Hey man, look. He don't. I'm sorry.
Well, when you and I kept talking about backup bigs, people are like, well, what about Chuma Kiki? I'm like, number one, is he like 6'8"?
Right.
He's not even a center. Like, he's not even
a center. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? We're talking about 6'10". Me and Tune are talking about 6'10", 7-footers. Like guys that can actually block a shot.
I don't care. He getting a pass and I don't care about that.
Yeah, we already have that. We don't need. That's why you trade for DeAndre Hunter.
Like, can you defend and score? Can you rebound? Can you do other stuff? I don't care about no passing lanes.
Yeah, I'm not. What is this, college?
I don't care about no disrespect to Chuma, man, but I just it's just not.
Is that what people really said? He got his hands in the passing lanes.
Well, that's one of the, that was when people was breaking down when he could help the Cavs. I already knew he wasn't going to play, but I think that was one of the things.
Chuma Okeke, it sounds like a guy in the 2000s that was a hell of a high school basketball player. He got his hands in the passing lanes, and LeBron might have played against him on national TV at Oak Hill. You know what I mean? One of those guys. But you know, shout out to him, but that's not what we're looking for. That's not what we need. You know?
Yeah, we weren't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no disrespect to you, Chuma, but like you just
No.
he's
Not disrespect. He's an NBA player. He's a rare 2% of. I mean, salute to you.
He in the NBA.
Hope you get a contract one day, brother, for real. But
with another team, probably.
Yeah, but Imani Bates is the guy we should be playing more.
Yeah. Imani Bates.
If we're talking about down, if we're going that deep in the roster.
Yeah, right.
But I'm just no team. Wally, I don't think any team's going, hey, can you throw a Kiki in the package for the deal? And we'll give you a Cooper Flagg. Just not happening.
Ain't nobody losing sleep over that.
No, I don't think. I mean, this guy just traded Luka Doncic, and he brought in Okiki for Cooper Flagg as one of the pieces. And I think the people in Dallas it'd be bad.
Yeah, man. I don't know about that, man. Hey, hopefully, Chuma bounce back, get another team. But yeah, Cavs trying to add players they can actually utilize.
Has there been any noise on the Giannis side of things?
Besides the Toronto Raptors having mutual interest, that's the only thing I heard.
Why the hell would he want to go there?
Yeah, he wouldn't want to do that.
He's not trying to live out of the country, and because
Brandon Ingram needs the ball.
Yeah, and that's a. I don't know about that. So
I'm going to other I'm telling you, man, there's other teams out there. Like,
I'll be curious to see who the Knicks hire because the Knicks could call.
Knicks,
because he's interested in New York too.
Spurs. You have the trying to think of Cali team. I know they said the Warriors, but I don't know.
Nah, I don't see that. They don't have any pieces to give up.
The Spurs. I think the Spurs could make a move.
They could.
If they don't want to draft, they could make a move. They could get a KD. I would be interested to see a KD go to the Spurs. Me personally.
How many picks did the Knicks have?
I didn't think they had any picks because
they gave up so much to get all those guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They traded away.
I don't know why the hell that would even work.
Because
if I'm the Bucks, I'm doing exactly what OKC did in 19. I want.
You fleece? You trying to fleece?
Well, no, you get that. I mean, that was a hell of a pack. Shea Gilgeous from all them draft picks. My gosh, but I'm trying to get a somewhat of a proven young player, somebody with a lot of upside, like Shea was, and I want at least 2 to 3 first round picks. I think that, and for a player like Giannis, I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, the Bucks could do that. But then I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because they said Giannis might stay, but I don't know, man. I really don't know.
And you trying to trade Darius to Milwaukee or no?
You trade him to Milwaukee?
Yeah,
I think it would be Darius and Allen.
If it's for Giannis, then yeah. If it could bring back
but
Giannis,
you think they would take that, knowing that they still got Lillard?
Well, I mean, the Cavs could give them. The Cavs have first round picks in the future.
I would want more for Giannis though.
Those are 2 proven all stars. So I mean, I'm just thinking, what other package could they get that's better?
I don't think anything's better than that.
I mean, what could the Toronto give them? Maybe more first round picks. But what else could Toronto give them? I mean, Brandon Ingram, great player, but he's like walking glass. He can't stay healthy.
We
talked about Brandon Ingram coming to the Cavs a while.
And I like Brandon Ingram a lot. Hell of a play. He just can't stay healthy. He's a lot like AD. Just can't stay healthy.
And then we talked about Herb Jones. I would take Herb Jones over Brandon Ingram for some reason.
I keep seeing a lot of this Trey Murphy cap talk too. I heard people say they would trade Darius for Trey.
You said what, Joseph?
I've seen some people in the local media saying they would trade Darius for Trey Murphy. I've seen a lot of this Trey Murphy talk down there in New Orleans and
Trey Murphy is nice. Trey Murphy.
Would you trade Darius for Trey Murphy?
I would trade.
I mean, Trey Murphy better be.
No, he's nice. He's nice.
Yeah, like you were saying, the upside.
He can shoot the ball. Yeah, he been shooting the ball. He can score the ball.
How old is he?
He young. He's
Yeah.
young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Him. I would trade him. I would get Trey Murphy. He's 24. I would trade for Trey Murphy and Herb Jones.
I'm saying he's DG's age. Okay.
I would want Herb Jones and Trey Murphy.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Now you got me. Yeah.
You getting back Trey Murphy and Herb? No, I don't know how that trade work out. I mean, I know Jarrett Allen, you know, you could trade Jarrett Allen, but I would trade one of them guys. I would trade Jarrett Allen to get back Murphy and Herb Jones. I'll trade some.
But then what do we got at
need
rim
a point
protection?
guard.
Just
I know, so that's why you have to it had to be Jarrett Allen, and then you trade Darius for whatever you can trade him for. But I would take the Herb Jones and the Trey Murphy. I doubt the Pelicans.
I like that.
Well, I heard so many people say they would trade Darius for Trey Murphy.
Like straight up,
I wouldn't do that straight up either. I don't know about that. Unless like you said,
who's going to be your point guard? Well, what about you brought in Hunter too? I mean, I get you want more wings, but who's going to be your point guard to initiate offense?
Yeah, you would need your point. Like I said, I wouldn't trade Darius. I would trade Jarrett Allen if I could do that. If I could sell a,
do you think
they got
they're
a
trying
big
to trade? They wouldn't give that much up.
But then what you want? You want Evan to run center though too?
He knows how I am. I get real greedy. They got DeJounte Murray too, 6'5" point guard.
They do. I know he got hurt.
I got the thing up here too. If you want to put it up here.
All right. Originally, we were supposed to get Murray. Well, we were looking at Murray already. Before the Donovan Mitchell trade, we was actually we was looking to trade for Murray until the Hawks came in and got him.
I remember that.
So
yes, here we go, right here. So they got DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum on a 1-year deal, Trey Murphy 4 years, $25 million, Herb Jones 2 years, 13.9. Let's see, they got Jordan Hawkins, the kid out of UConn. Brandon Boston, he's an interesting prospect. I don't know how many points he averaged. 10 points a game last year.
He's better on than he was at the Clippers yesterday game.
I liked him coming out. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think here? Let me try a little trade scenario here.
Man, I want Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. That's what I want.
So
I would do that too. I really would.
All right. So to get that, we would have to. Where are we going here? We would have to trade $38.9 million. Have to go out the door. So to do that, let's try this. Let's go back here. Darius or Jarrett Allen. I think they would probably want. What do you think they would want?
They probably want a rim protector at Jarrett Allen. You're right, though, too. That was Zion.
I know they got Missy, that the kid they drafted, but
oh yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, you right.
But
he's not too bad.
Oh, I mean, I would try to get the Jarrett Allen, man.
So Jarrett Allen.
I know Darius making the bank though, but I'll try to get the Jarrett Allen.
No, you'd still have to give up financially. You'd have to give up either probably Strus.
You want Isaac Coro?
You can give Strus up.
Nah, I'm not giving Strus up.
That's the thing. So I think if you're doing if you wanted this done, I think it would have to be a big time deal. So I would probably, it'd be Darius and where is he?
Coro.
Jarrett Allen. Both are going.
Yeah.
So now you're bringing in Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. So that trade straight up. Now I'm not saying it's going to be.
We can't. Yeah, we can't.
I just want to see the money real quick.
Yeah, you want to see.
So they would have to cut $20 million because we're actually overpaying. So we would they would have to give us probably McCollum or Murray, and McCollum.
Oh, bring CJ home. Bring him home.
CJ could play points. Got 1 year left on his deal.
Bring him home, Tim.
I'm gonna be honest.
He'll be at some Browns game, Joe.
Hold up, Humble. I'm gonna be honest with you, Humble.
I'm bringing CJ home.
I don't know. I'd rather keep Darius, man. If I'm gonna bring CJ, I might just keep Darius, bro.
Nah, forget that, bro. You forget CJ can shoot, bro. You forget CJ can handle the rock, bro. He can shoot, bro.
Darius,
Come on.
hold up. First of all, Darius better than CJ. That's one.
I know.
Second, they basically the same player, man.
Exactly.
It's going like nah, bro.
Yeah, that trade ain't never happened. They're not giving us both Herb Jones and because financially they can't even do it.
But I think
if Trey Murphy though is the piece,
I just feel like they're gonna bring CJ home when it's too late, when like Danny Green.
Yeah, he could come back on a vet minimum.
I can see him on the coaching staff. I'm serious. I can see him on the coaching staff for working TV or something. I might see him down. Maybe I'll see him
Well,
down.
his career not over yet. CJ still got some.
Shout out to CJ. I know. I got to shout out to my boy Dan on my show. He's a Glen Oak alum. That's his boy. Because they both went to Glen Oak, Canton. So
shout out.
Costa Kufos went there as well.
Yeah.
If you guys remember him.
Yeah, the bit.
But yeah, I think in this scenario, if we go back to Trey Murphy, you would they trade him first over Herb Jones?
You said what?
Yeah, one more time.
Would they trade Trey Murphy to us before Herb Jones?
No, they'll trade Herb Jones before Trey Murphy. I think they'll trade.
Yeah.
So if we want to get Herb
they said
Jones,
everybody up for sale though, but I think they keep Trey Murphy and the other guy Missy or whatever.
Oh, this guy right here.
They probably want to keep they young guys.
So in this scenario, the Cavs would have to trade out 13.9. So Max Strus would get the deal done.
Oh man,
but I know you want to keep Strus, so it would probably have to be. This would have to be a draft capital center deal, probably, where I'm giving up a Okoro for $11 million, and I'm tired of watching D Wade not guard a chair, so he can go. And then some draft capital, which is somewhere in here. Where's the draft capital? Not free agents. Okay, somebody's not giving me the option today. But anyways, so this would have to be a draft deal. Like, we're giving you 2 players just to get off our roster to match salaries, but we're giving you a lot of draft picks in return, or a decent amount. So that's probably what that deal would be. So financially, though, that works. Now, some people probably look at this, Isaac Okoro and Dean Wade for Herb Jones. They probably think that's crazy, because Herb Jones is a much better player than both. But
sure,
again, I think this would be if they were looking for draft capital, because if they're saying everybody's for sale, that means they're looking for picks and kind of looking to retool their roster and pivot. Oh, right here's the picks. So yeah, we can give them. We got 2 seconds this year. We have a first next year. We don't hold the rights to it. 27, we have a second. 28, we have a first round pick. We don't hold the rights. We don't actually own the pick till 2030 and 2031.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. We ain't had no picks.
So this would have to be a draft center deal.
I know they yeah. I would like Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, but I mean, I don't know, man.
Now, if we go to the Magic, that trade everybody's talking about.
Yeah, the Jalen Suggs, Tristan.
That to me seems a little more logistic and a little more easier to do. So obviously we already talked about it. It'd be Darius for Jalen, and where is he? Tristan Da Silva, and they would actually
over to the team,
and they would give us their. Ooh. What would they give? Could I get the 16th pick out of them or 25th? They probably give us 25. They own the 25th pick of the draft.
Does Tristan Da Silva start if he comes to the team?
I would make Hunter the starter and put him on the bench.
Just gonna come off the bench.
So what picks could I get out of this? What would you guys demand?
First
they got the
round,
16th
second
and
round.
Now they have 2 first-round picks this year. They have 16th and 25.
Give me that 16.
Give me 16. And how many next year? How many future? 27 first round pick or 28?
Yeah, we're gonna need some second round picks.
How many first do you think we get out of it?
I don't know. I know we get that 16.
What did Fedor have? Did he have 2 first or 1?
He had. Well, I think on the projected it was 1. It was a 1
and 2 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
So they would probably
definitely 16 pick.
So they'd probably give us their 26th that they own for second round pick. And let's say for shits and giggles, let's do this one here. So that would be the deal. That one doesn't work. So the Cavs still have to give out. Okay, so the Cavs got to cut one more player.
Okay, that'd be fine.
Oh, no, the Magic have to trade one more player.
Well, can we get another player out the Magic, you think?
Yeah, I think we probably could. We'd have to. So they would probably.
Still there?
Fultz is with the Kings. Yeah,
so I think if they had to give us one more player, they probably keep that second. So we get 2 draft picks.
When that happened, KCP went over there.
They didn't bring him back. They didn't bring Markel back.
Corey Joseph, 1-year deal, veteran. Jet Howard, Juwan Howard's son.
Oh,
Andre,
man.
not Andre, Anthony Black.
Well, he's 2 years, 7. That's too much. I think it's have to be one of these minimum guys. Probably a Corey Joseph because he's a vet. They can move off of him.
Get a ring and bring it home like I'm Corey Joe.
Yeah, I'd probably see him. They're probably going to keep Jet Howard because he's younger. So this, I think, should get it done. And it does. So that would have to be the trade. All just for Darius. I could see us maybe giving them a player in return. So let's see. That was 3. So maybe we give them all right, your boy Okiki. You can have Okiki. There you go. He got traded.
Tune, you all right with Corey Joe coming to the team?
If you make the trade work, you get a vet point guard.
Corey, man.
That would probably be they get Okiki. There you go. So there you go, Wally. Your boy got traded.
Kiki, do you love me? He's not riding. We're trading him.
He's not loved either, it sounds like.
True.
By the Cats fans.
Nah, he's not, man. We don't need a power forward. We got Evan, brother.
But yeah, that would be the trade right there.
Nah, I would like if Corey came to the team, man. Of that champion.
And I would use that 16th pick to try to get a backup center.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like
bro.
The Mavericks took that guy in the draft last year.
He's on Lively?
Yeah, he was a late round, first round pick, but man, he had impact. So, man, imagine if we had that coming off our bench.
Oh yeah, Lively. Yeah, Lively was a beast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was
a beast.
He was a mid-late round
and
first round pick. We got the 16th pick at this scenario, so we can get a guy like that.
That team is his first year.
And Bam, I believe, was the 15th overall pick.
A Duke guy.
Yeah, and Bam was 15th in that draft.
Now, would you say that's because Luka was on that team?
No, Lively was helping that. Lively was a beast, offensively and defensively.
I remember when he got drafted, I was sitting there like, man, this guy, he got picked a little too late.
He literally was
I thought he was better than where he got picked.
Yeah, the Mavericks, they had that's why losing Gafford, they still have Lively.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He definitely impacted that playoff run that they went on.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
And Tune, if I go back to close up here, not to hold you up, but remember we did you and I discussed about adding a third team in this with the Jazz.
Oh yeah, the
centered around Jarrett Allen. So Jarrett Allen would go to the Jazz, and we would bring back for $4 million Walker Kessler. And let's see what else more they had to give us.
Humble, you know about Walker Kessler, Humble?
Man, I don't like Walker Kessler. I was just about to say.
You don't like him?
No, man.
Bro, he's a beast, bro.
So they got to give us. They got to cut $9
Andre Iguodala was talking about him.
Right, he a beast, man.
So for $9 million, they probably would give us.
He's a good dude, though. He really is a good dude.
I know you and I got greedy and said Colin Sexton, but they wouldn't give. I don't think they'd give us that. I think.
No, Humble, don't say Laurie Markkinen, Humble. I know you want to say bring Laurie back.
Not Jordan Clarkson.
Bring
KJ Martin. Yeah. Maybe KJ Martin or Jordan Clarkson. That'd have to be.
I said no to Jordan Clarkson. I do not want him back.
Hey,
you can stay where you at.
Joe, is Laurie better than Cooper Flagg?
No.
Ah, man.
I like Laurie.
Humble, I try to tell you. I try to tell you, Humble. Cooper gonna be better.
Oh, wait, here. Do you think they re-signed Sexton? Because he's got 1 year left, so it's like.
Would Sexton even come back though?
Well, we would trade. He don't have a choice. We're acquired.
You don't got a choice. Yeah, you don't have a choice.
Yeah, you gotta pack your bags, but you're coming back.
I mean, I don't think he'd be upset about coming back, but yeah.
I think
the fans would actually embrace him.
I don't see them re-signing him because it doesn't make sense for them where they are on 1 year. So.
What, Utah?
Yeah, why would I don't see them. So we would actually do that, and I would give them.
Could you imagine? Tune would go crazy. He would ask his cousin back for the jersey.
Hey,
so we're giving them.
We're giving them. Picture right here, man.
We're giving them Jarrett Allen. They're giving us.
I got my jersey right here, man. I still, hey.
I think we would probably give them a draft pick. I don't know. Would we give them a first?
I do not take it out though. It's put up though. I do not take that second jersey out.
We'll say we give them 2-2s. We'll give them our 2-2s. We don't need those picks. We're not the Magic. We'll say we give them these.
But I told you I would. I chose Sexton over Darius. I told you that, right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Failed.
I don't know why.
That was my guy.
He hasn't. After coming off injury, he hasn't looked like the same Colin Sexton.
No, I'm talking about before though. Before that, like I know we had to choose one, but I knew Darius probably gonna be the better player. But I was a Sexton. That's my guy.
Yeah. I knew that.
What he did in college, I was that was my guy. And high school, he was a beast in high school.
Oh, for sure.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, even that infamous college.
Yeah, I think Hoop Diamonds. If you check out Hoop Diamonds, he had all them tapes.
So there you go. That's the big blockbuster deal right there. That works.
Dang, Tuma. Hey, Wally. Sorry, Wally. Sorry, Wally. Hey, Tuma. To Allen. Wait, hold on. No, hold on. Craig Porter.
I had to.
No.
It was either Craig Porter or Jalen Tyson. I'm keeping Tyson.
I see BJ, man.
That's interesting. I feel like they would give up Tyson though before.
Although
I'm not giving up Tyson though.
No, I'm not. And you're bringing in Corey Joseph as a point. So, I mean,
you drafted Tyson for a reason. That's gonna be your the next guy. That's their future.
Damn.
He's gonna be a guy that develops into like that, that two-way presence. Try, give you that two-way presence. But Craig Porter, I like Craig Porter a lot, man. He's nice.
Yeah.
Man, Craig Porter though.
I got so much respect for him when we didn't have DG and he had to step up and start against the Celtics, man. Like, I don't know, man. I have so much respect for him.
Yeah, he's poor. Like he's a guy he's not gonna shy away from the moment.
Right.
I could trust.
There's probably somebody watching this right now though from other fan base. Probably you guys are on crack thinking that they're just gonna take back Craig Porter Jr. and Okiki. You guys,
y'all smoking crack. Something is wrong with you people. What the hell has this world come to?
They probably.
Sexton.
But I mean, I think they could probably get a little more for Walker Kessler, but.
All right, so the scenario, the conclusion will be, you trade away Darius and Chuma for
and a second, your second round pick this year for Jalen Suggs and Tristan Da Silva in their first round. They got 2 firsts. We're taking their first one, the 16th pick, and then you're trading Jarrett Allen to the Jazz. And you're bringing back Colin Sexton because he's on a 1-year deal, and I highly doubt they're going to re-sign him. And then Walker Kessler for $4 million is a highly productive center. It could instantly be your starting center on a 1-year, and you're giving them 2 seconds, Jarrett Allen, who's a proven all-star center, and Craig Porter Jr.
I think everything looks good besides Magic's not taking that. Magic isn't taking that.
Well, I mean, Darius is still an upgrade from what they're inquiring They're some people say they're taking the best player in the deal.
Yeah, Darius is the best player in the deal.
So
it's us that shouldn't be doing it.
The Cavs, Cashby one's getting greedy.
Yeah,
they're just happy to get Darius.
Yeah, they get all-star talent back in Darius Garland, and the point guard they really need. It's either that or they need a Trae Young, like they need a point guard that can control the offense.
And it opens up. They got a roster spot too. They can use for agency because they're trading away 3 players.
Oh, all right. So
I would mess with that. Snugs and Sexton. Oh yeah, bro.
Suggs, Sexton, and Walker Kessler.
Your bench is a lot better here.
With Corey Joe, that's 3. Oh man.
Well, I don't expect Corey Joe to play, just to be there for moral support.
Hey, chill, man.
I mean, he's a little more mature than Tristan, so he's not gonna be sitting there waving a towel like a maniac and going clubbing after.
Hey, you don't never know. Corey might get some PT, man, if Ty don't come back.
He's a better vet than Tristan. I'll take it. Nothing against Tristan, but yeah. Anyways,
Hey Joseph, cause I'm about to get ready to shut it down. Can you look up one more trade?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
What y'all think? Like, cause I heard Jaden McDaniels. You think you would trade for Jaden McDaniels?
From the Hawks?
Nah, no, Jaden. He's from the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh yeah. Dude, couple back. He punched. Broke his hand.
Yeah, the wing
Yeah,
over there.
Yeah, I remember.
Wait, what did he punch?
He broke his hand in the playoffs because he got mad.
Well, I think was that the playoffs or the play-in? No, he couldn't play in the playoffs. I think, right?
Right. It was against the Lakers.
Yeah, because he hurt his hand. Yeah, he was out because of that. That stupid reason. He hurt his hand.
No, that's already a question mark for me.
Nah, Jaden nice, man.
He's nice, but he can't control his temper and got out of a game because he thought he was Mike Tyson and broke his hand.
Playoffs.
Don't you want that? Don't you want them? I thought y'all want them gritty, them dogs.
I do, but I don't want you punching the wall. I want you, if you're gonna punch, at least punch somebody, not a wall, and break your hand.
And I didn't like what Hunter did when he pushed what's his name.
It sounds like he punched like the wall or something, like LeBron did when he.
What else? That was like 3 years ago? That was he was a little younger, man. He was.
All right.
Yeah. You're right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
You're right.
He said you're right.
Right. He's
he older now. He got a kid. He older now. He mature.
We would have to cut $24 million. So we're taking him back. And what would we give up?
My boy Tony Snell.
Shit. This is a complicated one here.
Who would they want? Who would the Timberwolves want? Would they want Darius?
I mean, to make the salary, I mean,
they don't want Jarrett Allen out. You would need so it would be Darius.
So let's say we give them Darius Garland. All right. So now we would have to cut.
Timberwolves could use a point guard.
They would have to cut $15 million. So for $15 million or more, they could give us.
Bring home Conley, man. Bring him home. Bring him home.
Hey, I don't know.
Hey, Mitchell and Conley, one more time. Bring it back home, man.
Man, Mike Conley old as dirt.
I don't care. He plays defense.
Man.
I would only do this if I got a deal for Allen to bring in a point guard or something like that. Because I want Naz Reid.
Yeah, Naz Reid. I think Naz Reid going to decline his play option.
Mike Conley, he did good in Timberwolves, man. Through the cold, man. Bring him home.
I like DiVincenzo too. Damn.
So you want to be yeah. So
DiVincenzo, that's not a bad idea.
I'm kind of biased. There's a guy I know went to St. V in Akron, probably one of the best players I ever saw. Josh Williams ended up going to Akron and went to Robert Morris. Actually has the record for most 3-pointers made in a college game. Great player out of Akron from St. V, but he said DiVincenzo was the hardest guy he ever had to play against.
Yeah.
Well, Dante was a big part of winning that championship.
Yeah, like he said, he's just hard to guard because his shooting ability is just the range and just the. But imagine that with a Strus, man, we'd have snipers.
Who was on that team again with him?
Villanova. It was Brunson.
Yeah. Brunson.
They had that Wayne. They got drafted. What was his name?
Wasn't McHale, was it?
I think it was McHale.
McHale was. Yeah, McHale was with them.
That was the Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they call it the Villanova Boys Connection in New York, and they broke it up by trading Dante away.
Yeah, so they would have to give us a lot. I'll tell you, this guy right here is really interesting. Terrence Shannon.
I know a lot of people wanted Terrence Shannon.
Terrence Shannon can be. You want to talk about a guy who's talented, who could be as good as he wants to be? It's Terrence Shannon Jr.
I'm not familiar with his game. What's he about?
He's 6'6", super athletic, can shoot, can create his own shot. Can dunk, all the dunk packages, can defend.
Was he the backup for Anthony?
Yeah. I thought he should have been a higher draft pick. I think there might have been some stuff.
That situation that happened.
Yeah, that made him drop. But some people thought he was a top 5 pick in that draft. Like he's that talented. Kind of like a KPJ kind of thing.
Yeah, KPJ. You know how it is though when you have stuff that's on you.
So that scenario does work. No, that's a lot they're giving up for Darius, but
okay, from a cash standpoint, would you?
I'm just trying to match the salaries. So
But from a Cavs standpoint, would you want?
Yeah.
Would you want it? That's all I'm asking you.
I don't know because I'm like Jaden McDaniels. I mean, he gives us another big. I
We
love
don't get a point guard out of
DiVincenzo.
it.
Terrence
he
Shannon
did speak
Jr.
for-
I don't know if Terrence Shannon he makes any sense because it's like, where's he ever going to play here?
I mean, would you guys want Mitch to run the point guard again?
No.
Nah, I want somebody next to Donovan.
I actually wouldn't bring him back. I'd probably bring in, I don't know, maybe Rob Dillingham. Would they give us Rob Dillingham?
They're not giving him up.
Yeah, so I don't see this as a feasible trade because I just don't think they would give up too much. I mean, no, they'd have to give us Connolly, I guess. So
okay, you do
bring him home. Bring him home.
Now we'd have to give up $8 million. So let's try.
Let's go.
So we got to give up $8 million. Okay, Okoro can go because at this point we don't. I don't. Yeah. So that still doesn't work. Damn. So they $2 million over. So maybe let's
Dean Wade.
Yeah, it might have to be Dean Wade. Although I don't know if they would want. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess Dean. I guess.
He'll replace Nas Reed if they lose Nas Reed.
We'll give him a second.
Oh man, if we had Nas Reed, oh man,
you have to drop that bag for Nas Reed. Or you have to pay Nas.
Man,
the Cavs.
I'd honestly give him Allen.
You know, I take Nas from Jersey. I take Nas, man.
I would, bro.
If he's from Jersey, you're in.
Yeah, even North Jersey, I rock with Nas.
So we would have to give up another.
You got that 3-ball on him too. Oh yeah.
Kiki's still going.
Man, Nas can do it all.
Bring Nas, bro. Yeah.
What in the hell? This is not working.
I'd do it.
Yeah, that's a complicated trade. I don't know.
Jaden McDaniels. It's probably Dante.
Just matching the salaries is hard.
There he is. So you trade.
I feel like the Cavs can get better than this though.
They probably.
Like, I think the Magic deal is a better deal.
They need to just go through the draft, in my opinion, man.
Because the Magic deal is a much better deal than this, and it's easier.
Yeah.
I just heard people bring Jaden McDaniels up. I'm like, okay, what you give up for Jaden McDaniels?
Yeah, and I just don't think it's a really complicated. It's not like an easy trade. You mean that you make, and I just don't see. To me, that's not the guy I'm trying to target first this offseason is him.
So you say so out of all the trade scenarios you heard and we've been seeing, who would you go for first?
Suggs.
The Suggs deal, okay.
Suggs deal. That's the most logical. I think that's the most reasonable.
But we got to pick up Tibbs too, man.
Oh yeah, and I pick. Well, that's in terms of coaching staff. I want Tom Thibodeau if I can get him. But in terms of the roster and the trades, the best trade scenario I've seen is definitely. I like the two. I think the Magic with Darius, and I think an Allen trade with the Jazz isn't. I don't think that's terrible. I mean, the Jazz are in a rebuild. They're rebuilding the rebuild, so they could maybe take a guy like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Magic deal, the Utah.
But I think the Magic deal is probably the most. That makes the most sense out of all of them.
Yeah.
I know some people not too excited about that.
And I hate to say this, but in terms of Jarrett Allen, the Lakers might be the most intrigued by that.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think they would that might be more a bigger deal than or a more feasible or more realistic deal than the Jazz.
Yeah, they need the Lakers losing Jackson Hayes. They're gonna need a big.
They need a legit, like
a legit.
So, I mean, and they could. So if we brought back Suggs and De Silva, and who would we want from the Lakers? That'd be the big question.
Well, I'll tell you this. I already told we spoke. I said DFS. You want to throw in Rui? I know you said Austin Reeves, but I'm trying to get.
I don't think they would give us Austin Reeves though.
They're not giving us Austin Reeves. And what would we use with Austin Reeves?
I want Connect. Running. Give me Connect.
Okay, you throw.
I think Connect's legit.
Really?
Oh
Connect,
yeah, I think
size.
Connect's fine. I think he
I
was really good in the beginning of that season last year. I think it just once they brought in well, first they tried trading him, that probably messed up his confidence,
It
and then
he's
did
not
Hayward
gonna
wants
start.
back.
because he was putting up 20. He was putting up points.
Connect is going to be a really good. Connect could be a great player in this league.
It's just Connect defense. That's the only thing. But the offense is there.
Well, look at the guys he had around him too. They're not great defenders either. So they're
Yeah,
either really old or out of shape.
Combs.
So, yeah.
Also, he's not a good defender.
Yeah, Luka can't guard anybody.
Luka.
LeBron's 40. He ain't trying to guard nothing. So, yeah, I mean, this
They let
wasn't.
go of defense.
I like Connect. Give me Connect.
Okay, so yeah, it would be but I would definitely. But I need DFS, man. You getting on Jarrett Allen? I'm gonna need defense. I'm gonna need DFS. 3 and D. I'm gonna need that, man.
DFS and Connect. I could talk.
That's not that. But then you're gonna have to make sure you get that big man.
And that's where if I can get a couple draft picks out of both of those deals. Now I'm calling the Jazz because I think the Jazz want draft picks, and I'm saying we'll give you a great amount of a fair amount of draft picks and a player to match your salary and give us Walker Kessler. Now you got a deep stacked team.
And I still will go into the drafting the big man.
Yeah.
Oh
because
yeah.
You're pulling Suggs into Silva. You're pulling players from the Lakers roster. They had some decent role players, and then now you're going to get the starting center with the picks you acquired as the last deal. If you can get it done, now you got a pretty good. You got a deep team now. That's pretty balanced.
Nah, I like that. What's your thoughts on that, Tim?
No, I already said I'm cool with it. I'm cool with Suggs coming. I already said I'm the unpopular opinion. I said
Yeah, you right. I'm kind of convinced now.
I got convinced with the Suggs.
It's me.
Yeah,
I got convinced.
Yeah, I said no at first, but I changed my mind because I'm thinking like, what can help this team move forward? Like, do I believe that this core together is we gonna reach our goal with this team? Like, what's the ceiling? I don't know, man. Cause I'm thinking about championship. I'm not just talking about like making a deep playoff run. I'm thinking about the championship also.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm
thinking about building a team around. I want a deep team that's built around Mobley and Mitchell.
Yeah, that should
That's
be
all
the
it
plan.
is. That's your 1-2 punch. That's your dynamic duo. Put a great team around them.
But if I'm not against if they run it back, then if they run it back, and maybe they make a trade at the trade deadline. I don't know.
If they run it back, I may not watch till April. Because they're going to fool me again. They're going to win all these games. They're going to make the playoffs and everything.
Yeah, you can't let them fool you though.
And I'm like, no. I'll tune in April in the second round, and you better win. If not, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm tired.
April, man.
I'm tired. We're all tired.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a Cavs fan and a Cleveland.
Don't play with my emotions anymore.
I know, bro.
Nah, I hear you, man. I hear you. But if any final thoughts though, man, I'm gonna get ready to shut it down. Any final thoughts on Cooper Flagg or anything or the Cavs in general?
No, I think that's everything I need to say.
What about you, Humble?
Damn,
yeah, something's going on. Yo.
Yeah, right there. Somebody might not like what we said. They're watching.
That was
might be a Darius fan. I don't know.
Yeah, that's Darius himself.
No, I don't got anything.
You don't got nothing about your boy DJ. You done?
I mean, I still think he's a great player, but like if we're gonna bring in Tibbs and Jalen Suggs, sounds pretty good to me, bro.
Yeah, I like Darius, a great player. Just I don't think you win a championship with him and Donovan in the backcourt.
Defense wins championships.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
That's what I agree on, man. It's just
And I think Allen could possibly move because he didn't give you much when you needed him most. What you're paying him, and I think it just unlocks Mobley more if you give him more space.
You make this trade, draft a center, see how it is by All-Star break, potentially trade Allen. I want to see what's going on.
But
Yep, that's not bad, man. Sound good to me.
Last thing I'll say before I get out, I'll let you close it up. Is like
You said, yeah, we said.
well, I was gonna say, if you're not subscribed to TuneIn Sports and you're a Cavs fan, you're not really a Cavs fan. Honestly, I mean, you need to subscribe to TuneIn Sports. What he's doing over here is great work. He keeps you up to date with the short videos, keeping you informed with all the things going on. And this is great Cavs content up here, just talking straight ball and no like PC or anything. We're just ourselves. It's raw content, and he's got great passion for what he does. So if you're not subscribed to TuneIn Sports and you're a Cavs fan, you're not really a Cavs fan.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say, shout out to your channel too, Joseph. But I appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Gotta give you a round of applause for that.
Absolutely. But appreciate all you guys in the chat. Love you, Humble. And yeah, keep it going, brother. You can find me over at my channel, Chat Joseph Latman, right there on the screen. We've had a heck of a week with Browns content, so I think we'll have maybe
it's lit over there.
Some more coming this week. We got some OTAs started today, back up again today, and Shador, I think, took first team reps, so I'm gonna go look into a lot of that. And, so stay tuned. But that's all I got. Salute, brother.
Salute, man. Appreciate you coming up, man. Yup. Shout out to the guys. Shout out to everybody tuned in, of course. Shout out to Humble and Joseph, man. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Humble. But yeah, man, that's been it, man. I really didn't really want to, the Cooper Flagg thing was a fantasy trade, so I was like, man. But I was like, yo, we gonna talk about it, man. We gonna talk about it, even though it's not realistic, man. But anyway, though, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. And we should be back. I think I'm gonna go live tomorrow too, cause I seen something else, so I'll probably go live about that and end up talking about it, man. But yeah, man. But again, also don't forget to push that like button, of course.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing along. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
And yeah, man, of course, stay tuned in. As more rumors and news come out, man, and this off season get ready to officially get started. But y'all already know, man. Let them know. Go Cavs.
to the Cavs and Cleveland since LeBron James. And when I say the best shooting guard in the league, I'm standing on that. He is Donovan Mitchell, Spider.